Behold, the silent death is here. Heroes to conquer, dressed in fear. Don't make a sound, don't let him hear. Cause if you're found, then you'll be disappear. I'm coming for glory. This is the only way to be. You've heard all my stories, you know it's in my destiny. No pain, no love, it's a long game, focus. Dive in the war, be the soldier, no difficulty can hold us. Keep looking out for the danger, even from things that we seem to love. Just with a snap of my fingers, enemy turn to dust.
Now keep coming, keep knocking my door. It's the bloodshed that leaves me hungry for more. Always ready for war, feasting on the applause. Cause victory is written into my core. So come on,
now bring it on. I've been waiting for too long. My rage is growing stronger than a storm.
so come on. Can you feel it now? This is what I'm talking about. The craving sound inside my mind for days and hours. I say it loud, say it proud.
I got my dreams in me. Here comes the killing spree. Can't be defeated, cause I am believed in. Let victory make history.
There will be pains again, but then we came from it. We never aim the same. Yeah, it's hurricane in my lane, that's raining flame away. If you wanna taste my game, there'll be silent cut, the violent rush. Even lights get shut with the direct touch. I need no luck, cause I'm the one, and this is my winning song. So come on.
Now bring it on. I've been waiting for too long. My rage is growing stronger than a storm.
So come on, can you feel it now? This is what I'm talking about. The craving sound inside my mind for days and hours. I say it loud, say it proud.
I got my dreams in me. Here comes the killing spree. Can't be defeated, cause I am believed in. Let victory make history. I got my dreams in me. Here comes the killing spree. Can't be defeated, cause I am believed in. Let victory make history. Yeah.
Welcome everyone, I am Leandro AMK e eu quero desejar a todos participantes do torneio Summer League um bom jogo. Good luck to all!
My name is Justin and you might know me from the Live with Masters channel. I would just quickly like to wish all of the participants of AoV Summer League 2021 good luck on that big prize pool, and everybody else so much fun on watching the content. Hope to see you all on the battlefield soon, guys.
Hello, I'm Alfonso Gardeazabal, once again speaking on behalf of the Arena of Valor development team. We've got a great new Arena of Valor update coming your way, and I'm here to bring you all the first-hand news straight from the development team. We're really pleased to see that the championship, which underwent a major update in the previous update, was well received. One of my coworkers tells me how they competed in every match with friends and managed to win only one championship, making them a single crown champion. Although the competition was very challenging, they say that the fun of competing as a team against other teams was truly something memorable. To players who have won multiple championships, you have my heartfelt admiration. All right then, back to business it is. Let's take a closer look at what we've got for you in this new update. We've always shown zero tolerance towards match-breaking or abusive behaviors. However, the algorithm has always been one of the most difficult to optimize in the entire game. Therefore, we are continuing to improve the algorithm and strive for an ongoing progress so that more bad conduct can be subjected to monitoring and penalties, and in turn create a better game environment for everyone. In this tweak, not only did we optimize the algorithm, but we also increased the penalties. Player accounts judged to be displaying match-breaking behaviors will lose all data from the highest rank and the Seal of Kings. This means that match-breaking players will not only be banned from their accounts, but they will also be immediately removed from the rankings. Their highest rank will be reset to Bronze 3, and the Seal of Kings will be reset to 0. Even while penalizing bad conduct, we've always believed that players with good conduct and attitude deserve to be encouraged and be seen as role models by all players. In some cases, even when they lose, these outstanding players continue to encourage their teammates to do their very best, even when at a disadvantage, and not give up until the very end. Even when defeat is imminent, they just keep being positive. In order to encourage these MVPs that lost, we have made a small optimization. When a player becomes the MVP of a losing team, the stars earned by the losing MVP will be settled first. This is to prevent a situation where Brave points are deducted if Brave points and the losing MVP stars are settled simultaneously. With two powerful creatures dominating the battlefield, the enraged Darkslayer and Drake, those brave enough to challenge them on their own often pay a heavy price for their recklessness. If you've experienced the powerful wrath of these creatures, like me, you've probably wondered what it would be like to command the battlefield as they do and gain the absolute power to crush ordinary mortals. Or do you share the thought commonly expressed in fairy tales where dragons are always fated to be slaughtered by the courageous? Given the chance to become a dragon, can you successfully rewrite destiny and become the supreme dominator of the battlefield? In the new gameplay mode, Morph Battle, you will be given your wish. Players will enter battle as a Drake or a Darkslayer. Of course, we have no intention to turn this game into a monster fight like Monster Wars, Darkslayer versus Drake. We want to retain the core experience of Arena of Valor and combine it with the fun of transforming into a dragon to dominate the battlefield. Therefore, in Morph Battle, you will need to meet certain requirements in order to transform into a dragon. Each transformation requires a certain amount of energy, but basic requirements like this should prove relatively easy, as you can kill heroes, minions, monsters, or towers to charge up. Once the charge-up requirements have been met, you'll be able to transform with a single tap. Although Morph Battle is a 5v5 match, there won't be any restrictions on players using the same hero or the number of dragons on the battlefield. In other words, you can transform together with your friends to form a 5-dragon team. Just thinking about it should be enough to get anyone's heart racing. Just between you and me, the dragon skills are really interesting and will definitely be an eye-opener for you. Whether you prefer the dexterous Drake or the formidable Darkslayer, come try your hand out in Morph Battle. Since the birth of Arena of Valor, players have always been familiar with the profile page. However, due to the existing page design, it hasn't really been able to keep up with the increasingly rich game content menus that have left it behind. With this new update, we intended to have the profile page not only display personal info, but also become a personal social space for every player. The new personal space system allows for better self-expression and interaction with the other players. And you can probably hear my cat meowing in the background. I'm actually going to leave that in because it's kind of funny. Anyway, continuing. First of all, we wanted to create a space where players could express themselves and to be able to freely create their own image and tell their own narratives. What better way can there be to demonstrate your attitude in Arena of Valor than with your favorite heroes? After the update, there will be a 3D hero image display function on the profile page where players can display their favorite hero as well as the most impressive and cool skins they own. Anyone who enters your personal space will be drawn to the visual focus immediately. Additionally, you will also be able to edit and display more personal info on your player card to give other players a more comprehensive understanding of who you are in real life. We want every player to feel genuinely appreciated by others and actively express their appreciation to others as well. Therefore, the update will also come with the addition of a new popularity function for the personal space. You can like other players' spaces and be liked by other players. And you will also be able to know who has visited you. The new footprint function displays visitors to your space, and you will know who cares about you. The ever-evolving friendships and bonds in Arena of Valor's battlefields are one of the most important aspects of this game. We hope to see more interesting and heartwarming interactions between those friends. The update will also allow close friends to tag each other, and the tags will be converted into screen comments in their personal space. We have also expanded the relationship items in terms of more methods to gift and better performance. You will also be able to gift relationship items from your personal space and friends list. The gifting performance has also been optimized. It is our wish that every relationship in Arena of Valor will flourish and grow stronger. The main battlefield has always been the module that we put the most effort into. In this update, we've also made tons of tweaks and improvements after going through and processing everyone's feedback. The first is enchantments, as we want the enchantment system to be as rich and relevant as possible within Arena of Valor. The old Visceral Boost enchantment was seldom used due to its limited application. At the same time, it also had a low win rate. In this update, the all-new Alchemy enchantment will replace the old Visceral Boost. By equipping Alchemy, players can get extra gold through attacking enemy heroes or towers. Although the amount won't be much, per instance, it adds up a lot over time, and skilled players can take advantage of this to snowball their earnings. No matter what lane you prefer, or what heroes you're skilled at, or even your gameplay style, no one's ever going to say no to more gold. Additionally, we've also optimized the controls for walking along walls and going through walls, holding onto the ability buttons and the abilities with specific targets. At the same time, the left D-pad now follows dynamically. Meanwhile, we've also enhanced the damage effect of certain classes to optimize battlefield clarity. Details of these changes can also be found in the patch notes of Beta 32. We hope that the update additions and changes in this version of Arena of Valor will bring everyone a fresher and fairer game experience. We also look forward to all of you dragons, wait, warriors, no, both, excelling in the game and making new friends. Let's meet again on the Enteris battlefield.
Blowing up, run this game together like a dream. Lighting up ballerinas, still not messing with the team. Look at them, look at us, magical thing versus of me. Saving us for myself, breaking corners and strap.
This game's well lush in it, fam. Didn't give a damn, we in game, it's wicked. Hello K in my bag when my rollies packed down. Kings cross me, my missus. There ain't no I in this. Prom lick it, cause we're working back to back. None of that chit chat, bruv. Money and fame, racks on racks on racks. Me dog, reload, reload. In war, let's roll, whoa, they got me calling, bruv. Me dot, quad hard. United we roll, AoV got me calling, bruv.
I've been waiting for this. Don't let them waste all your time. Strike a line of this. Feel it for light in the night, yeah. We stand divided before we all run it. Live it up, don't you know? Together we fight, together we race. We all run it. Live it up, don't you know?
When it comes to the end of time, our miracle will come to us. You can't stop me.
You lost.
You are the one who's losing. Time is up. You'll see the fate of Athador. Let's welcome the arrival of God.
I am cheap.
Fist is fluid.
Life is as brilliant as blooming flowers.
Yeah. Hello guys, welcome to the first semi-finals of the ESL. On the blue side, we will have team AMK, and on the red side, we will have team DG. Forgive me for not pronouncing their full name. I don't want to butcher it. We would like to take this moment to thank our sponsors, Trovo, AoV, and Timmy for the 150 euros in cash and the 100k vouchers as a prize pool. At the start of this match, we see the Annette getting banned. Annette is still a very strong support in disengaging and in engaging, so it makes sense to ban her out on the first match. That forces the hand of the DG here to probably ban Zip or leave it open, but have it picked for team AMK.
Team's turn to ban.
On the red side, a ban on Irie, which is probably the strongest warrior right now. So, very common bans coming out for this first game. I would like to tell you guys, this is a BO7 with global ban picks, so any hero that gets picked cannot be picked again. And so the Varus gets banned on the second ban of team AMK, which leaves the door open for Zip to either get banned or get picked. And here the Chi is banned. I'm expecting to see Zip here as the first pick. No, they're opting to go for Caffeine. They're opting to choose an ADC. Probably they're scared of getting banned out on ADC on the second phase. And Viral is covered here.
What? Viral? For sure. Are they for sure? Is the side of DG here for sure?
They're avoiding Zip here. Sides.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I guess it is the global ban picks. Maybe that is speaking to everybody and they see the caffeine. Maybe they want to start out strong with a strategy that they are already comfortable with, or maybe they've worked on something. So they want to start out strong perhaps. Maybe that's in the mind of DG right now as we head over to the next two picks for the side of sorry, this team was AMK, yes, AMK.
This is the DG, yes. And Preda gets covered here. Really odd picks coming out from both teams here.
For sure. Oh man, do we have a... Wait, is that a Taro? That must be a Taro because I think,
yes.
That's support that's getting that's a support position, and even though the name says Violet there, I think that's a mistake. It is the Taro that is getting hovered. However, I do think Taro is not allowed in this tournament.
No, it is allowed. Yes,
is it allowed? Okay, okay. We're so used to it in North America not being allowed because simply because in North America, we don't have Taro. But it's going to be the Vera locked in and the Baldum as well.
Yes, well, Happening and Baldum makes some sense. I'm having a hard time here thinking about what these teams are doing. Personally,
Right, the interactions right now is not exactly clear.
Yes. I would say go strong for the first game and set the tone for the rest of the match, but they are seemingly very careful about the global ban picks here.
It could be so, as we now have also an Ardrin cover. This Ardrin could be in the Slayer lane, or it could be a Wyro into the Slayer lane, or even a Wyro jungle. We never know. We never know about Wyro. Wyro is one of those characters that people like to play and one trick anywhere on this map. Although, of course, it won't be in the ADC this time. It looks like, okay, Omega getting locked down, so Omega probably is going to be the support, and Wyro either the jungle or the Slayer.
I'm not so sure. I'm actually thinking of the Slims going into the jungle here.
Okay, that could definitely be a toss-up here for DG. DG could go with that Slims into the support, into the jungle, like you said, Yugi. That would actually be a pretty nice one, considering especially if the side of AMK decides to pick into a more tanky composition and something that maybe is a little bit slow to start. That would be the perfect habitat for Slims to get fed in that jungle. And you have the Wyro if you want to sort of just provide a meat shield, and of course that Omega. They could both become meat shields. Of course, now then they're looking at banning the Lubu. Definitely someone who can threaten this Slims early on in the games. And then they also banned out the Scud. Those are looking like very, very logical bans coming through from the side of DG.
Yes, I would say banning the Lubu is actually a great pick, since the other side banned out the Veres. We're expecting a Lubu jungle from them. Dirac and Ignis gets harbored for bans. And Ignis gets banned.
Alright, so then that's AMK banning out two early/mid game kind of heroes. Akira they could have used for themselves. I think that would have been interesting, especially if they thought about the Slims going into the jungle. Even if you have, the Slim Spear travels pretty slowly, so you could use the Akira to be able to very well counter an ADC in that, a Slims in that jungle. And then in terms of the Ignis, again, they could have used this themselves, but of course they already picked up the Vera. So now, I guess that one makes a whole lot of sense. But the Kira, I thought maybe they could have picked. What else could they pick that is better than the Kira in this situation? Butterfly.
Butterfly. Nacroft is Butterfly. Well, basically Nacroft can never kill Butterfly if the Butterfly is playing carefully. And that means Slims is going in lane with, I suppose, Omega support? It could be Vyro support and Omega solo. It
could be, especially if the Omega is hovering that punish talent. Looks like, just wanting to go and pick up something. Oh, okay, just never mind. As we talk about it, they decide to switch it up on us. And so we're still going to be in the dark as to what exactly this Omega is going to be playing. Now, the last pick here is going to be Yena. Yena is going to be quite an early game hero as well, but she's going to be played into the Slayer, so I guess she won't have as much of an impact as she would have if she was played in the jungle. And then you'll be the Butterfly here. I think those two heroes for me are very similar in terms of impact in the game. They do both want to sort of jump onto the enemy backline and just try to take them out in one go. They do still also have a little bit of sustain, but not as much sustain as supposedly like a Zephyrs or something like that, or Florentino.
I think that Yena, if you build her to have a lot of sustain, she actually out-sustain most warriors.
Well, she does have that damage reduction coming out from her ultimate, and you know, after she changes forms and stuff like that. But if you want to build full warrior, then full tank, then you might as well not take Yenna, because there are better tanks out there for you to take. For Yenna, if you want to pick it out, you should still be a little bit more, shall we say, threatening to the enemy backline.
10
Yeah.
seconds
Both
remaining.
team looks like quite late game comps from both sides coming out actually. So Yuna's going to have to tank quite a bit when it comes to late game.
Yes, in the late game, I do think AMK is going to have a little bit of trouble, especially when Butterfly starts to taper off in her effectiveness. But they do have the Baldum there to be able to make a very awesome engage, or you know, just a game-changing engage. So they do have that for them, and of course, they do have the Kafni as well. Kafni is going to be taking the new enchantment there. She should be getting online really fast. Now, moving on to the other side, we have Slims, we have L'Oreal. Those are two very late game heroes. And then we have Henji's Z-Lover here onto the Nacroft, being able to provide that split push and two massive tanks in front of them. That could be a really dangerous late game composition.
Yes, and did you see also Vero also took the alchemy enchantment here?
Excellent. As we get into the game, it's going to be 3-3 into the middle lane. The Slims, however, does go down to the bottom lane first to farm up that wave.
Yes, they're choosing a 2-man rotation versus a 3-man. If the Slims doesn't get caught out, the 2-man
slightly caught out over here is the Vera.
And the
Still
stun
getting poked down by Fee4U. Wow, she's so low. She might have to be just forced back. That's gonna hurt for her. That's gonna hurt for her because she doesn't even have level 2 right now. Now here's the invade coming through from the Nacro.
Yes, well, they're going really deep, but I don't think they're gonna pick up any kills here. They might get this Might Golem, but Butterfly's already here, so...
Oh, here's the support very low. Here's the Slim Spear connecting onto somebody, but it's not quite enough, and it's gonna be first blood coming out from Meaty. Wow, that was the Kafni's damage going through there. Cold never lucky. Wow, he just got a little bit lucky over there. He thought he caught Slim Spirit. I thought he was gonna get focused on by all that damage coming through, but at this moment, we talked about that late game composition. I guess the damage is just not quite enough, and Cold Never Lucky is gonna get off this time.
Yes, well, Slims has a terrible early game most of the time, so that doesn't surprise us. Now, Butterfly tries to invade, but the Might Golems get pulled out. She does go for the Spirit Sentinel though. Dragon spawn.
Oh, the Slim Spear is gonna land onto the Vera. Not so much happening there though. I'm sorry to cut you off. I thought something was gonna happen. Please continue.
Yes, it's fine. We can see that the Yina is actually not doing quite good against this Viral, which is quite surprising. Nacroft coming in here trying to gank though.
Oh, there's the gank coming up. There's also the ultimate, making Yina so low. Only 1,500 HP to her name now. She's gonna have to just hold on and try to clear that lane, as now the red team is going to come in for that gank. DG not letting up.
Things get caught out here.
Oh, here's the Wild Prism coming down. It catches onto the Slims, and Butterfly is gonna make that kill come through. Now then the Nacroft is gonna jump in, and Wyro is also gonna push everybody back. Now here's the L'Oreal just using her blink and stuff. Her ultimate did get popped way back there. It's slightly far. There's the Yenna flickering, and one into the under the tower. Arctic Orb popped out. Meaty is going to be able to just get a little bit of stun, and Yenna is gonna have to fall for that one.
Yes, well, that's a great outplay coming from the Arctic Orb from the L'Oreal there.
Very fast reactions indeed. Here's now Henji's Z-Lover is gonna try and find a pick up onto the under the tower, but the tower shots are gonna hurt quite a lot. That's another Arctic Orb used up here by both sides. Fusilate.
Slims
Go
land
through,
again.
but not a whole lot of damage.
Well, I would say that somehow both teams have the damage right here. When I've looked at the team comp, I didn't see much damage coming out from both teams early game.
Well, we do have that L'Oreal, which if she can get off her, oh, hold on a second, and Mesmerize comes through, and then here's the charge, flipping Meaty all the way to the back, but the prison does not connect, and everyone's going to be able to back up safely.
Yes.
Sims looking like he was going to start that dragon for a moment, but I thought that was a little bit too early, and indeed, he just backs off. Yeah, so about that damage, because if L'Oreal was able to, blink a couple of times, use her first ability, she does deal quite a bit of damage with her passive, exploding every time. Those are true damage coming out, but only, 200 to 300 true damage each time. It does need some items, but if she does get enough out, yeah, the damage does build up.
Yes. Well, here, Gina getting caught, second form gets used. But still goes down to the Necro.
It's going to be the Mesmerize coming through. Feed4U is going to use the ultimate to just zone people out, discouraging anybody from coming along. Kafni is pushed up really far forward. Could be a collapse coming through here, but no. DG is going to go for the Might Golem instead. Here's the Butterfly coming through. The ultimate comes from Meaty. They're going to be able to secure that red buff, no problem. Fusillade now is also going to be used while Prism comes down. Ooh, it was so close being able to capture 2 people there. There was 5 people on the side of AMK gathered towards the bottom side there. You have to wonder what would happen if that Prism does connect. And just as we speak, another excellent combo here coming out from the Vera is going to be able to take away an overextended Slims. The action is going to continue as Henji's Lover is going to be able to just knock up the Yena from being able to retreat out safely. They're gonna have now their sights onto this Might Golem.
Yes, well, this tower will go down for Team AMK here. But overall, I do think that the rotation coming from Team DG is slightly better.
Yeah, it was slightly a questionable dive, however, coming out from Meaty. I think he just wanted to show everybody that he can do it, but unfortunately he cannot. There's the ultimate Hellbats coming through onto the Wyro. The Wyro is going to have a second life, but that is not going to be enough. While Prism catches onto Henji's Lover,
Arctic Orb gets used to get away.
And Wild Charge is not going to connect. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, slight bit of poke down onto this middle tower. It is now less than half HP. We got 2 of the tankier warriors slash tank kind of players on AMK caught out on the top side of the map without any of the support. So that's going to be a little bit of a trouble. Ooh, Mesmerize catches onto Feed4U, and there's the Hellbat all connecting, all 5 of them, and takes out the L'Oreal. Fight continues though. Henji's Lover is going to jump in, trying to take away Yena, but that trade is not going to be able to happen.
Yes, well, the tower score looks basically 1-1, which I would say is still quite slow for this game here. There's been a lot of skirmishes, but not any team getting any actual advantage.
There's the Mesmerize coming through. That's one big combo coming through onto Meaty. Ouch, that is going to hurt. Next time he tries to face check those middle bushes, he's going to have to think twice. The prison, though, just missing. Feed4U and Henji's Lovers are so slippery.
Yes, and are we seeing a crit viral in this game? Am my eyes deceiving me, or are you seeing the same thing?
Yeah, I am seeing that, and wow, Yena is just gonna be able to finish that crit Wyro up very easily.
Overall, I do think that the captain has a good goal lead on the Slims here. A 1k goal lead.
Oh, here's the gank coming through. Wild Charge takes away the retreat path of Mr. Slims here, and Kafni is going to be able to take out the other path and kill the Slims in this process. And now it's going to be Feed4U, slightly caught out over here. Doesn't have enough movement. Flicker.
That's quite surprising. Usually we see L'Oreal being able to slightly outplay those type of heroes.
Yes, unfortunately, I think she just doesn't have enough HP at this moment / armor to be able to tank out the burst damage coming through for Butterfly. Butterfly does have that rank breaker built up already, so I guess she's able to just chew through the quite squishy L'Oreal. There's the Wild Prism connecting onto the Slims. They're going to look for a Wild Charge onto the Slims. They do find that one, and it's got a lot of damage coming through from both sides. V4U coming out from probably like using the ended cycle. She's going to be able to open up her ultimate here now, and she's going to come out and try to deal some damage, but it's going to be the Butterfly coming out on top, as well as the Caphne dealing so much damage and staying alive throughout that entire fight. Wow, that was quite a fight to watch. A lot of things happening.
Yes, well, it was a 5-man fight. But now we see Caphne coming out with the Bow of Slaughter and probably building into a Muramasa here. She's gonna get her full build soon.
Oh, that's the Slow Spear just landing onto the cannon. That would have been tragic if they were able to get the Caphne there.
Well, usually a Caphne should be able to dodge that type of spear coming out. Both teams looking to reset here. The gold lead is quite minor here, only basically 1k. And the Caphne here is really fed though. She's gonna
There's
get
the Slim Spears coming through. It does catch onto the Caphne this time, and Henji's Lover is going to jump through and make that trade happen. But Henji's Lover is going to fall to the Vera, and now it is also that Slim's unable to get away. He does make that engage. He does make that commitment coming through that, and now everybody's just gonna pick them off one by one. Miti could not defend that core at either, and Wyro just completely caught out of position, tries to now take away this wave. Last desperate attempt. He does make a very nice defense happen there, but this is going to be the next wave that's going to be problematic for them. 4 members of AMK alive. Good thing the death timers are not too long for now, as Nakrov and Slimspo pop back out here. That should be a free Abyssal Dragon here for them.
Well, it's not gonna... Oh, and another good S2 coming from Vera there.
Yeah, the Vera was just hidden into that bush. There was no way Henji's Lover was going to get that. He thought he could use it. He thought he could use his ultimate to be able to dodge that one out, but unfortunately, it was slightly of let's just say it was a little bit too imaginative.
Yes, well, the good thing from Team DG here is it's a BO7, and they have not used many of basic tier 1 heroes here, so...
That is true. Cold Never Lucky trying to use a Wild Prism now to try and get away. It's only going to catch on to Miti. The good thing is that L'Oreal has just used her ultimate, so now they can just wait and move away from that battlefield, reset, and find another battlefield here. Caphne is a little bit caught out here, spotted out by the Nakrov, but they're not going to engage that one.
Yes, now we do see the problem of not being able to catch Caphne.
Oh, that was such a good ambush coming out from the Yena, and now the Caphne is just going to be on the issue of this L'Oreal. L'Oreal pops her ultimate, but nothing could come through that one. Nakrov was trying to do the split push, but this is not going to end well for them, because Wyro is going to fall down. His second life falls down as well. The Wild Prism comes down trying to save some things, but they weren't able to. But that is not a problem, because Ace comes through, and there's the Drake, also providing a bit of damage to that core. Everybody is going to be onto the core and just taking it down forcefully.
Yes, great first game from both sides here. The
Victory number 1 will go over to AMK.
Yes, well, we could say that probably because of the weaker team comp, DG here had a lot of problems. Because I don't actually think they played any worse than AMK here. L'Oreal being the main damage dealer from Team DG here, and Yena actually doing quite a bit of damage. That's quite surprising, because we've seen her getting caught multiple times all game.
Yeah, it was interesting because I think early to mid game wise, it felt like to me DG was doing okay in terms of gold, and then there was a massive run for the tower grow ever so slightly, and then there was a moment when Henji's lover he went and tried to contest for an abyssal dragon after a doubt the Slims would have been able to see that one coming, because the enemy was just spotted near the mid, 4 of them at least, and then Yena at that moment was just like a ghost. That one was a very nice ambush indeed.
Yes, that ambush was amazing. Actually, Caffeine was at the mid, so she didn't even do the damage in that fight, but somehow Yena could catch the Slims casually.
Yeah, you know what? I felt like early on, DG had such a good pace. They were inside, AMK's jungle. There was very little that the butterfly could have done, it felt like. But then all of a sudden, it felt like DG just didn't know how to maybe transition that early game advantage into the mid and late game. That's what it felt like to me. And maybe it has to do with their composition. Maybe it has to do with player mistakes.
No,
what do you think?
I do think the composition played a huge role there. Opting to go for Viral Omega in the first game, especially a fit Viral, I would love to see it work, but it's very risky in this current meta.
And we do have to know that, as you pointed out, Yugi, he was building the Blitzblade first. Blitzblade did get a rework. It will now be able to, I think it was adding your attack speed as well as critical. I have a bit of critical chance. So it does make a lot of sense for, certain marksmen to be able to carry this, especially when they already have, reliance on the attack speed. But Wyro, on the other hand, and sort of ideas that they want to be able to try out on these big stages, and I'm sure that it has worked for them once in a while. But then I would have loved to be able to what makes sense for me is if the Wyro was going to build attack, that he focused on the carry positions, he focused on maybe catching out the Vera, making a difference on those kind of plays rather than camping out the Yena or just playing in lane with Yena all the time. Yena, there was a couple of plays there. Yena just felt like she was able to, after she built some of her items and Wyro was building his AD items, Yena just turned the table around on him.
Yes, well, Yena is probably one of the strongest Slayer laner currently, so either way, I don't think many Slayer laners could do better than him there either way. So. And
now we do have that switch of side. DG is going to be on your blue side, and it is going to be AMK onto the red side. The bans have came through. It is going to be Irie Thorn, Annette, and Caffeine.
Okay, then I'm moving out.
Red team's turn to pick.
We will soon welcome a new caster here.
Alright, we will make a quick switch here. Thank you so much, Yugi, for casting with me in this first game, and hopefully we'll make another switch later on in the evening. As the day progresses, we'll hear more of Yugi for sure. I'm sure of that.
Yes, thank you, Aniki, and we should have a warm welcome for Toka here, who's going to be replacing me.
Hi, Toka.
Oh, all right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Toka, and I will be tagging in here in the place for Yugi. I'll be casting hopefully a few games and bring you just a great casting session here, so you guys can enjoy the semifinals first day to the fullest.
Excellent, excellent. We've missed you for the last couple of days, Toka. I know I know there's some things going on in life, but but anyway, we missed you. So let's get into this game. This is gonna be game number 2. I think you caught the later stages of game number 1, so you know a little bit of what's going on here. AMK brought the first victory, and we saw that you know, some interesting picks coming out from DG. This time, though, we're going to see Richter, Violet, Kira, quite a last meta kind of picks, but, you know, still very prominent. Richter could be in the Slayer, could be in the support, we just don't know yet. Meanwhile, Zip and Tulin on the side of AMK.
Zip and Tulin. Well, I do. If they do if DG does pick up this Violet, it is to try and stop the Zip and Violet combo, which we all know is extremely deadly, as the Zip can provide a lot of cover to a ADC such as Violet, who desperately needs it. But the Violet will be picked up. That will be then Darcy instead of the Kira, still damaging magic damage hero in the jungler position. But Darcy not as strong as he used to be a few years ago, but still very powerful. Although if Zip does just go ahead and build the cleansing item, he can basically just nullify Darcy's ult.
Yes, now Darcy could be played by Feed4U or Hanji's Lover. Hanji's Lover, of course, we saw him in the jungle position last round, and Feed4U was the mid in the previous round. Of course, they might be switching it up, but again, Darcy could be placed in the mid, could be placed in the jungle. It all depends on this next bit of bans coming through. It's gonna be Varus banned out.
Varus
and
banned.
Volkoth also picked up on the other side. I think if it's if it's a Volkoth, I mean, if Volkoth goes into the jungle, which he might, I wonder if that's a good thing for Darcy. Let's see. I guess S1 to dodge. You know what? I think Darcy in the jungle, this one, it can't be that. It won't be that bad. And Volkoth doesn't have any CC immunity. If he gets caught out into Darcy's ultimate without the support there to cleanse him out of that one, yeah, he could be in a bit of trouble. So I think right now, if DG wants to put Darcy into that jungle position, they do have every right to do so.
Absolutely, and I do think for now Darcy does seem to be hovering the punish, but we do not know who will be playing it yet. The Volcath into the jungle, I think he'll be at quite a disadvantage against Darcy. I think the side of I do think that the side of AMK here do want to actually go try and play the Volcath into the Darkslayer lane. Might want to not review their jungler too early, and Volcath isn't such a good jungler as he used to be anymore.
But Volkoth in the Slayer lane, though, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like there are better choices for the Slayer lane than Volkoth. But we never know. It's gonna be just to complete up the bans and just catch up the viewers. It's going to be the Joker and Hayate banned out, so 3 marksmen banned out by DG, and then it's going to be the Varus and Teamy banned out on the side of AMK. Now Teamy, I don't know what they were planning. I mean, what they were fearing. Sorry, maybe they were looking at if they played a Teamy, put Richter into the Slayer lane and feeding up Darcy. Maybe that was their fear there. Oh. This is a very exciting combination. Take a look at that. Wow. 2 heavy damage dealers. It's going to be the Violet and the Darcy dealing the damage. Oh, they switched out the Florentino last second for the Yenna. But nonetheless, it is a very scary looking composition. I was going to say it's going to be like a 3 burly man warrior kind of, well, shall we say 3 gentlemen in the, you know, on the side of DG there. But, you know, now it's going to be Yenna. I think Yenna, Slayer lane, Richter into the side lane, and Bennett support.
No, I do think with this composition, I personally I would say Yana into jungle and Darcy into the mid lane.
Okay. Okay, that's another way to think about it. Yes. Because
Richter and Yana both isn't really viable in the mid lane position, such as other warriors like Varus or a Ryoma. But of course, Yana could be used in the mid lane. Of course, her wave clear is very quick. Only after her she gets her ultimate. On the side of AMK though, they do pick up the Chi in the Darkslayer lane. A very, very strong pick there to just counter any hero, especially the Richter or the Yana, if they do look to be played into the Darkslayer.
Yeah, you know what? I think you were right, because I thought that they were missing a abyssal lane. So that's why I said Yana into the side lane or Richter into the side lane. But no, they're missing a mid lane right now, and I think that makes more sense because Yana in the jungle is very viable. You know, and you have the Tulin who needs a lot of gold. You have the Leveil here also, who early game is quite very squishy and without any real means of being able to protect himself or making an outplay. If you put Yana in that jungle position, she should be able to have quite a large impact on those carries early on in the game. However, that's not going to be the case. Darcy is going to go into the jungle. Volkoth he's gonna be matched up against Volkoth. I think a good matchup there, and then is going to be, I guess, Yana mid.
Get ready. Minions will be deployed in 5 seconds.
Alrighty, now we are going to get into this matchup here. It is going to be game number 2. Again, DG is on your on your left hand side. They're going to be the blue team, and AMK, who took one off of DG in the previous match, is going to be on the red side. Here we go. It's going to be a 3-man versus 3-man into the middle. Feed for you. Oh, actually, we were wrong. It's going to be feed for you into the mid lane. There's going to be a mid lane and support player roaming here. Very interesting indeed, but I can't say I don't like it because, wow, that Richter in the middle lane is always so oppressive. Take a look at that one. Feed for you is already in so deep the enemy jungle there, drawing the attention of the Zip so much. Chi now coming over to just help out the middle lane here a little bit. Volkoth is going to be on his blue side now.
A lot of investment towards the middle game here in the early game position. Now a bit of a skirmish here, but no members will go down. Not much damage potential in the early game. No feed for you here, trying to get some knocks up to Meaty through the wall. Cold Never Lucky in a dangerous position, might need to flicker back there. Oh, now an engagement does come through. Cold Never Lucky very down low. Meaty and feed for you both lower Arc and Hengis. The Hengis connects. Connects with the Dimensional Cube. Takes down 3 members to Sorry. Feed for you takes down Tulin. Volcav will go down onto his horse now. Invincible, but no target to be found. Wow, what an ultimate. What an ultimate by the Darcy in the hands of Hengis lover right there.
Right, so you saw that play over there. I think that was, I don't know if it was, deliberate from the side of DG, but, you saw that Richter. He was so naughty. Naughty, I think, is the best word to describe it because they know Volkoth's position. They saw the blue buff. They know that the Volkoth is going to be going for his blue buff, finishing it up, arriving at level 4, and they still went for the jump over the wall. Oh, hold on a second.
Now another Dimensional Cube right here. Nature's ultimate is used by me to get a lot of damage. Hengis low and will be taken down by the Chi here. Revenge will come through by feed for you down low will be caught out position. Retaliation here from the Leveil and the Zip, but not enough damage. Leveil gets taken down, but she does trade Meaty. Still in the team fight. So tanky is the it's the UNF right here. Keeps on tanky. Yana goes down. 2 members low health on the side of AMK here. Zip, next target, next victim by the Violet. It double kills by him. Oof. Such a long engagement overall. Just the really side DG just comes out on top.
There. Yeah, look at the Meaty. He was just controlling the fight completely, and then Violet. Even though I thought that she was a little bit late onto that engagement, but she came and she stayed for those kills. SB for you coming through.
Lavelle now extreme low on health feed for you does finish them off. So much damage right here by 4 Violet fed sorely. Now she has such great damage potential right here. Engagement looks keen to come through here. The Abyss Dragon might be the target over this tower. Damage keeps on coming through. Dimensional Porter is good to connect onto 2 members. Zip sucks up his teammates, but still have to go back and die. Vocab using his ultimate goes down on off his right, but invincible is not invincible to CC, though gets pushed back by Ivanov and ultimately has to go down. She looking to enact revenge, but might have to be careful. Hengi's lover low on health. She rolls up with the S1, not enough damage, cannot connect to Hengi's lover, and he gets through. Lavelle, just constant pressure being put onto the side of AMK right here.
Yeah, I think that she was already spent her ultimate there. She just got it back. I believe that was what it was, but so close onto that kill for the Darcy. Now, I just want to return quickly to the fact that early on in the game, we saw that engagement being forced by DG. They baited the team AMK to engage. They knew that the Darcy was coming. They knew that they didn't have cleanse built. They knew Darcy was that answer to be able to get these early game snowballs down.
Absolutely. For Ark in a bit of danger. The tower dive might go through. Thunderbird, not enough damage. Unfortunate there by the Twillen. But yeah, absolutely, as you say, the cleanse item was not built, and as such, the Darcy had every single reason to engage such aggressive team fights. But now the cleansing item is there for the Zip, and I might want to play a bit more passive here, as the Darcy won't be as strong as he was. But I do think they have succeeded in creating a good enough start in advantage. Now, good stuns up by the Richter, takes down 1 member. The damage reporter does connect onto the Lavelle. He teleports through and takes down 2 member on the side of AMK here. Chi again looking for exit frags here, but won't find any. Instead, he will go down along with the Lavelle right there. Tulin though does bring 1 back as he takes down feet for you.
I'm really loving the way that these 2 teams are responding to each other in this match. Like, every time you see, unless somebody is recalled, okay, everybody gets to the fight sooner or later. They get into the piece of the action. Over there, that was also a very interesting to note was, Feed for You just ran right through into that engagement. Even though they had the zips cleansed and everything, Volkoth just disappeared under all of that damage coming through. From whom I guess it's the Darcy.
Oh, Volkoth, no. Oh no, Twillen solo on health. No, Volkoth is using his ultimate right here. Even F has his ultimate up, such a nuisance. Creates that area where no one can penetrate. Zip roll comes through, shuts down, goes to a Violet on the Lavelle. Meaty now dangerously low on health, will get finished off. Dimensional Portal connects on to 2 member, no cleanse item to be smoking off here. Zip does suck up 1 member, triple kill here by Lavelle, and he keeps on going.
Oh my goodness.
The only one left. Feet for You manages to crawl 1 back, but it is... it does nothing. Lavelle pops off. The quad kill comes through in this tower. Well, to Pangy's lover, no answer for that. What a turn of events.
The only sort of lament to be had is that the Lavelle couldn't get this shutdown kill onto the Darcy. That would have afforded him so much gold, but nonetheless, he is slowly closing the gap onto the Darcy. 4.6k gold versus the 5.2. Wow, that has got to be the MVP play of this semi-finals. And it is not to the Lavelle, it is definitely to that support Zip. What a roll.
What a roll, absolutely. I thought it was going to be bad for the Zip, but amazing that stun of the Zip does knock up 3 members and allow the Lavelle to just do so much damage.
And the most important thing is that he knocked up the damage carries. The damage carries just for that 1 brief moment stacked up together, and Zip got both of them. That was
now the Zip does come through now. He's low on health, no one to protect him. We have to go down Dimensional Portal. Uses dive through the tower. Even if ultimate is there to cancel out any retaliation on the side of AMK. The middle tower does go down.
AMK has to cool down right now. They have to take that turn of they have to take that energy and channel it to perfect defense. And that moment there, they kind of just let go of the pressure there just for a moment there. Maybe a little bit hyped up from that previous play.
Absolutely. They still have to remember they are still at a substantial gold disadvantage, 5,000. Actually, near 6,000 now. But the Lavelle is the most fed up player in the side of AMK, and of course, with that play, he has the hope of AMK now for a chance to come back into this game. But we'll have to see how Zip does protect him, but he has done a very good job so far.
Yeah, let's just quickly talk about the Violet here. The Violet has been, like I said, always... Oh, hold on a bit. Let's talk
now
about
the engagement is coming through now. The Dimensional Portal takes down the Volcath. Double Trouble connects to one member, does nothing for Oct. So much damage, takes down the only protector of the Lavelle between the towers. Goes down to the Richter. Trade does come through, but that is a shutdown kill. Only Tolan left. He dodges the Dimensional Cube, but 4 member alive here on the side of DG. With the Drake still up, mainly incoming, only Tolan to be spoken of. 10 seconds until the next
taking a
member
look
comes.
at that Violet, I just really want to be able to talk about this Violet because her positioning is so impressive. Last time in the early game fight, she rolled between the 2 towers just to make a kill, and then she flashed out, flickered out to stay alive. And now again, she puts herself in the way of harm, knowing that she has that flicker to be able to back out. She makes sure she is dealing the damage full on and not shying away from any of those engagements. Really amazing work by the Violet. She ends up with one of the most gold on the field, of course, a little bit behind of that Darcy, but wow, she did her job. She did her job. She farmed up, and she was there at all the fights. That was an excellent display of marksmanship.
Absolutely. Violet just doing so much damage, and F just was there when his team needed him. Now, as we saw that completely proved, that was proven here by Violet doing the most damage in the entire game. Dominant performance, of which we saw such many flashes of greatness and brilliance here on the side of AMK, but ultimately that early game advantage kept on snowballing. The Violet got into the lead game early on, that even if the Richter kept on stunning and finding the debt onto the Lavelle and the Tolan. Right, Tolan didn't even get to play the entire game. The Violet kept on shooting, kept on rolling, kept blasting his opponents to pieces.
You know what I'd have to say, because we talked about it in the drafting phase. The Darcy does have a leg up on this Volcath, and then early game they had some very scheming plays coming out from the side of DG to afford the little bit of lead. But then I really think AMK, I don't want to say, I hate to say this, but I gotta be the guy to point this out, because I believe AMK kind of threw that momentum away when they got the quad kill from the Lavelle. The Zip came out with a brilliant roll, hitting 2, knocking up 2 damage carries. They took them out, and then Lavelle just cleaned up the entire field. Sure, there wasn't a shutdown kill coming onto the Darcy, which was really too bad. But then that quad kill was, a moment in the game where everybody was cheering for AMK. However, later you saw, it was the Zip defending the middle lane. It was a Zip defending the middle lane, and he then rolled out trying to just take some aggro away from the tower and hold on to that tower, but he could do nothing because he's a support. But then at that moment you needed the rest of the team to follow up on him, or to just at least clear the wave. That's the Tulin's job, or that's anybody with a little bit longer reach than the Zip, right? And they kind of just went out on that roll. The middle ground tower, the mid tower fell, and then everything kind of just fell down from that moment. They didn't defend the middle lane, that was already a given, and then they lost the top lane. So all of a sudden the entire map opened up, even though they had an excellent quadra kill. That just didn't, like, you know, the momentum just was not carried through, and it was such an unfortunate sight to see.
I would like to add to that as well. It's a very accurate analysis right there. We saw, like, okay, yeah, they've gotten the quad kill, only the Darcy is left. Of course, Darcy extremely strong at that moment, but they have four members still up. They only took one tower and one dragon from that. They could have capitalized on that advantage gain much better, but ultimately they did not do as good as a job as they would have liked to, and ultimately the snowball was just too large. No more chances for Laville or Zip to pull off anything crazy like that anymore. And the win and the side of DG does equalize. Now 1-1 score for both our teams here in the best of 7 series.
This is, however, just what we love to see. Back and forth fights. You know, I'm really, what's it called? I'm really jealous of the EU server right now, because back in the NA server, when we played our tournaments, you know, of course we haven't had such a big tournament in NA for a long time, but you know, we saw a lot of one-sided you know, games, and being able to see these kind of evenly matched teams in EU is such a treat. It's such a treat. So really hats off to all the organizers for pulling this event off, and to our sponsors as well for providing the excellent incentives. That's 150 euros and also 100,000 vouchers provided by our sponsors at the EU Summer League. Is a fantastic congregation of players and teams.
Absolutely, of course, great thanks to our sponsor, of course, Trovo and Teamy, the team behind Arena of Valor, for sponsoring this amazing prize pool and bringing this tournament. So yes, it's such amazing. Of course, in the group stage we saw very one-sided games, but now moving into the semi-finals, we have such the best of the best, the 4 best teams in the EU that we know of so far, that signed up to this tournament. Absolutely, any player who have made it this far into the EU Summer League is such good players, and they've proven themselves. They've displayed so throughout this entire tournament. And this is such an evenly matched up, and we still have another game to go. Another 2 games to go is the final and the 3rd place match. So many exciting Arena of Valor games and matches to be played. So excited to be here at the casting desk as well as a viewer to just watch this amazing event unfold.
Yes, and if you're just joining us now, this is going to be an exciting best of 7. We just played 2 matches, and there are still a potential of 5 matches left to go between AMK and DG. DG is going to be back onto your right hand. AMK is going to be back onto your right hand side, onto the blue team, and DG is going to be on the left hand side, the red team.
Yeah,
is it?
I would say, yeah, blue team is on the left side. That will be the side of AMK.
Okay, I thought they should have switched again. I just went with that, but unfortunately we were wrong. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a note of that. They are? Okay.
Yeah, they are absolutely. They have been switched since the last game, and now the first pick will go to AMK as they are on the blue side. They will pick up that Hayate. Ooh, what a scary pick! Such a great AD. Of course, the update that will nerf him has not come through just yet, so he's still extremely viable. Now we do see the counter pick coming through, perhaps. You see Lindus and the Valheim getting locked in. Lindus in the jungler position. Valheim in the darks. Of course, Valheim could also be played as the mid laner with an AP build. He is a Valheim after all. But this Valheim is such a good counter to Hayate. His stuns is so much, especially if he builds any slow item like a Hyoga or Frostcape, can really just stop Hayate dead in his track. Now we do see the Irie already banned out here. So Dark Slayer Lane might have to be another hero for the side of AMK here. They will pick into the Varus and the Mina as a support. Mina and Hayate extremely good combo, as the Mina can just use her Dark Dominion and pave the way for the Hayate to come through with that Kunai Blitz undisturbed and just dish out insane amount of damage. Iggy though does get locked in by the side of DG in the mid lane position. Iggy is very good hero, extremely long reach, a lot of poke damage. Along with the Lindis, this means they will have a lot of range. They have a very wide range of operation mobility here. The Lindis being able to gain that mobility from going through the bushes, as well as the Iggy, with his ultimate, with his second ability, just be able to move so quickly, deal damage from so far away. The side of AMK won't know what hit him.
Now I do expect that AMK should start to ban out maybe, yeah, so, heroes like Lubu is a good one, but then also maybe thinking about some of the mages that could make an impact onto this game, like Lindis, against Lindis and Valheim, like, for example, Liliana, or, for example, Ignis. Right now, 2 ADCs already shown here. And then actually, AMK kind of dug themselves into a hole, because I could also think of opportunities for DG to be running, very dangerous, yes, jungle positions, like, yes, the Kira, like maybe even the Nakrov or someone like that. Somebody with good gap closing to just jump onto that Lindis unsuspectingly, especially early on in the game. And I think, Zip gets banned out. That's a very good ban coming out from DG there, because Zip would have been the savior there for some of these backliners. But now, since it's banned out, AMK is going to have to think about how they're going to protect that very squishy backline, especially through the early game.
Absolutely here, but the support position looking to be picked in here by Meaty. Anyone is viable at this point, but maybe they would prefer a tank, as their team composition is quite squishy for now. Meaty Force hovering a lot of heroes here.
Absolutely, there's no doubt that they should really be going into a tank support here. Maybe Lumber could work, but I'd like someone with a little bit more, like the Baldum Hover was good. The Baldum Hover, someone to be able to really help out the backlines there. Or maybe help out the Valheim and Iggy being a little bit aggressive, like maybe aggression is the best defense or something like that, Lumber is an okay pick. But we'll have to see how he plays.
Aleister picked in. What? They lock into the Florentino as the last pick into an Aleister. Not what I would describe as a wise move, but the interesting thing is, you would see an Aleister usually picked into a hero that is scary. Like, let's say if they pick up an AoE jungle or a hero jungle, someone can dive in to do so much damage, or Wukong Butterfly. You would pick into an Aleister to counter that, but so far we see no one except for the Florentino, but that was the last pick. They still picked up the Aleister.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity here on the side of DG. They could have. I think they could have gone with. Again, I still really recommend like the Liliana or the Ignis, these 2 characters, because first of all, they have stun abilities. Hard CC control. Very versatile. Hard CC controls, not like the Aleister, who kind of had just that one bar there. To be able to stun out Iggy. Iggy likes to travel in a straight line, so you kind of want to be able to stun him out when he tries to do the explosive fireball. I could see him passing. He still has that lockdown and all, but if Iggy decides to engage upon you after you've used your ultimate, the Aleister's use is basically over. Meanwhile, the other 2 characters can provide continuous CC in the case of Ignis, and in the case of Liliana, be able to act as a second assassin. Like, for example, the Wonder Woman pick here I really like, because she's going to be able to really jump into the backline and wreak havoc. They're going to distract the entire AMK side and leaving Hayate wide open to deal damage. That is how, you know, in my mind, their composition should have worked out. But here, the Alistair, I feel like, is just slightly a missed opportunity for that to happen.
Absolutely, especially now that the Lumber is in the hands of the side of DG with good death scythe onto the Valheim, but no danger. As I was saying, especially now they have the Lumber there. Absolutely, with the Lumber, with the Earth Splitter. Imagine the Alistair is going to use the Magic Prison onto anyone on the opposing team. Hayate is possibly going to be clumped up with the Mina and the Alistair there. If he does decide to come through with Kunai Blitz, one Earth Splitter can destroy the entire combo. And stun up, cancel out Hayate's Kunai Blitz as well as the Alistair Magic Prison, and that can just render them kind of useless at that point.
You see now the entire red team is going to be moved towards the top side here. AMK looks like they're going to be going for the Sentinel Dragon. It could be a trade here as DG, sorry. I had to try 3 times there, but DG should be moving towards this bottom side for that Abyssal Dragon take instead.
Yeah, so now we do see the objective trait right here. Of course, the Sentinel Spirit. The Sentinel Spirit will be picked up. The Abyssal Dragon now. Next point of contest. DG looking to come down here to contest, but not enough. Not enough good punish here. Borderman does connect onto that punish and takes down the dragon. No magic prison to be spoken of. A lot of damage coming from the Kunai Blitz there. Magic prison is even used to take down 4 Arc right there. Next victim will be the mid laner Iggy right there. Only one left standing is Florentino. Triple kill for the Hayate. Such a disastrous objective contest there for the side of DG.
So sorry, you guys are saying that red team is DG? Because that's what I said previously, and then you guys said it's the other way around. I'm a little bit confused.
Yeah, red team is DG and blue team is AMK.
That's what I said earlier. Okay, never mind. Let's just keep going with that then. Yeah, for sure. I think for the side of DG, they should have just really dropped that Slayer there. I mean, that Dragon there, because they already got the Sentinel. It wasn't a huge goal.
Florentino dies 2 magic prison onto the Florentino, but Hengi's does to do damage. Ultimate by Iggy does nothing though. And this engagement, nothing to be spoken of, despite what a beautiful Earth Splitter onto 4 members. But no damage comes through. So unfortunate for the Lumber right there.
Oh yeah, I mean, all 5 members was there, on both teams, and they kind of just decided they didn't get a good pick. The Florentino, the Iggy ult, they both kind of just missed out there, so decided to just back out. But nice little tower kill there. Yeah, I just want to go back to that and finish up the thought about that objective trade. They weren't going to be on a very big goal disadvantage if they just let go of that dragon. That is no problem. And unfortunately, if they were going to trade that objective, they needed to collapse from both sides. All 5 members needed to be there to play against their 4 members.
Good death side, any magic prison combo, even the Kunai Blitz comes through. So many ultimate used to take down only the Valheim. Earth Splitter connects up to 3 people for him to dive through. The lasso is there. Magic Blaze does not go through just yet. Florentino still between enemies lines and will get taken down by the Hayate. Meaty low on health. Cold Never Lucky still keeps on going as he is the Mina. Angie Lover still in so many troubles here. Goes through the wall of his ultimately will go down to the Hayate. 5 kills for the Hayate already. Oh boy.
Yeah, I know you were saying that so many ultimates was used to just take down that Valheim, but on the flip side, once they take down the Valheim, it is only the Iggy left that can really do any sustained damage. Now, of course, on the side of DG, there is no one. Oh well, actually, there is the Lindis as well, but you know, at least it's one less person to really have to worry about. So, you know, I think that was a good take there by them. And if they wanted to, they could have just backed out. But again, the picks are really nice for them because AMK has a lot of die potential. Again, I was trying to see if they wanted to, you know, wrap it up also with a Liliana, but obviously that I guess for now they didn't need that. They are still being able to control this entire battlefield.
Magic prison onto you, defeat for you between the towers. And the lasso is there. Oh, no chance for escape.
You know what this reminds me of?
Oh, you're gonna say it, are you?
It reminds me of Wiseau. Why was it Wiseau's game? I think it was Wiseau's game.
Yeah, it is. It was Wiseau.
We saw that Alistair just, you know, magic prisming people under their own towers and then killing them multiple times underneath their own towers. Oh, that was so rude. And that moment just kind of reminded me of that. Excellent play. Excellent play.
Deja vu here. If you have watched this, the EU Summer League since the nice little monsters still there, but if you have watched and followed the EU Summer League from the group stage, you would have remembered that match where we highlighted so much the Alistair just continuously just locking people under towers, under protection, no care at all, absolute just disrespect. But of course, Wiseau is not in the tournament anymore as they have been eliminated. Now we do have the Alistair in the hands of Morgellata, and he has done quite the good job so far. 104.
So just as we were talking about that, let's just analyze what just happened there. So I think it was just a nice little push there coming out from the side of AMK. They are going to be able to take down 2 towers, and that's going to be an objective trade because on the side of DG, they went for the blue buff invade and lost out on those towers. This is okay. You know, maybe trying to feed up Lindis here a little bit. Those outer towers are not, I mean, those side lane towers are not that important, but it still hurts a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Now, the GOAT League, not so much to be spoken of, although that bottom lane is just been scraped away so much by the side of AMK. Death Side connects onto 2 members. Dr. Minion is there, but Death split plus the Flicker combo connects 3 members, and they will have to retreat on the side of AMK as well as DG.
That I do not understand. Like, they have so much lane clear potential. The Iggy, you know, paired with 2 ADCs. You know, all the Lumber has to do is be able to just walk out there and, you know, tank a little bit of damage and then get that lane clear done. However, I guess the aggressive position from Mina is really scaring them, and taking a look at Lumber's gold, he doesn't really have any business there in the front line right now. He needs to get a little bit fed up there. I don't know what his itemization is like. Okay, he does have, I think it's that looks like the cleanse he's building into. He's building into probably an Aegis right away. He probably could have gone with the Shield of the Lost. That probably would offer him a little bit more.
But now he's in such a bad position and will get taken down with the IoT. Ember's Gaze does no damage at all. This tower will go down. Engagement looking to come through even further. Magic Prison plus the Flicker combo does get cancelled out by the Iggy's second skill right there, but the engagement keeps on coming through. Corner looking extremely low on health. 101 keeps on going to 2-9 blitz, takes down 2 members. Ultic Orb is used for you, but so the lasso sucks them back and finishes them off.
Oh my goodness. That kunai blitz was brilliant.
Madness. Absolute madness.
Onto 3 members. Wow. Amazing.
He timed it so well. And now this Tau with the 3 kills plus this Tau will be his rewards. Florentino, no chance at all. This Dark Slayer will go over to the side of AMK.
Yeah, like I said, though, right now, the really unfortunate thing about the side of DG is that Miati is slightly being the weak link in this in this moment because he cannot tank, but he needs to be able to. He absolutely needs to be able to in this composition because they have 3 damage carries. You know, and it's so scary for him too because he has Mina, he has Wonder Woman, he has Varus. You know, these 3 characters, okay, first Mina is to be able to form a really impenetrable front line, and then you have the Varus and Wonder Woman who, who knows when, will just engage onto your backline, forcing the Lumber to have to just really play back, and that's not going to cut it.
Oh, Florentino, that unfortunate there. Such good micros could have taken out the high table, the Magic Present, and the Dark Dominion at the same time. Denied him of the chance to absolutely meaty now. Can't really afford to tank. Of course, he still has the Earth Splitter and could use that, but so he has connected some very good ones as well, but so far not enough impact found as his ADCs, the Valheim and the Lindis, not finding any damage onto the enemy team at all right here. Hengi's Lover once again caught out of position, and this tower will go down along with him. Maybe two, no, I would say one super minion lane here. Definitely connected to Member. The dive does come through. Code Navalki goes down. Ember's Gaze connects to no one. Bloody Kisses keeps on doing damage. Venom even goes through onto Meaty. Like Meaty keeps on bringing bot down low. Hayate still has the Kunai Blitz. Magic Prison is still there to be used, but they will disengage and just farm up and push the lane up once again.
Yeah, the Goldie now arriving just shy of 5k here, or actually just over 5k here. Yeah, Lumber ends up building the Shield of the Lost. Excellent choice, but then he does skip out on his little mana items there. I think he was going for the Aegis for a while there. He's probably going to finish it up now. Yeah, unfortunately though, his gold is just a little bit too small, like too shy here.
Absolutely. Now, there's such a bad position that that side of Hank DG is at right now. They will have to try really hard in the next team fight to not lose too much members.
And as I say that, going in, that's a lot of damage coming through there from the Kunai Blitz. And here's the Varus. He's still trying to get some abilities onto the people here. There's the cleanse coming through from to be able to just survive for a little while longer is the Valheim, but he does fall as well. And of course, Meaty is going to fall because, like we said, he doesn't quite have enough gold right now to be able to do much of a difference. Lindis is going to be the last to fall, and that's going to be the core. GG, well played to AMK. I think this was a composition win.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They outdrafted the side of DG, and ultimately that's just the Hayate 14.4 MVP. Such a great game by him, but also his opposition just wasn't able to bring it back. Any retaliation at all. Hengi's Lover with the Lindis and the Valheim of just unable to find any impact, any damage, any stuns at all. Lindis completely just outplayed that entire game, even by the Wonder Woman jungle.
Yeah, wow. Like, interesting. Very, very interesting. So we did see the two locks in there. Lindis has that new patch. Maybe they were trying to go for that, and then they went with the Valheim. They went with the Iggy right away. Now these two characters, they do provide a little bit of early game padding for the late game Lindis. However, it was just not enough because they needed more tanky heroes. If they were going to switch it up in terms of strategies, maybe they could have put Valheim into the Slayer lane to play against that Varus. And then they could have switched out the Florentino for somebody even more tanky in the early game. Or maybe just someone with a better early game. Like, if they want to go damage, they could go into a Ryoma. If they wanted to go tanky, maybe they could go, I don't know, a Richter or somebody to just provide a little bit of that invulnerability. I can't remember if DG already used Richter. I think there was one team that picked them up, but I don't have the chart with me right now, so I can't exactly see who picked who. But yeah, just if they were gonna go with this kind of composition, they needed to do something. They needed to do something about their strategy in order to make it happen.
Absolutely, but I do want to bring up though, if they wanted to play a let's say a hero pool, non-hero pool consuming match, this was it. They only lost the Iggy, which let's say isn't that much of a hard pick anymore in this tournament so far. Only lose one serious hero as the Florentino. Lumber, Valheim, Lindis, they can let that go any day of the week. But on the side of AMK though, they invested so much into this game and they had to win, and of course they won, but that's the Hayate out of the question, that's the Mina out of the question, that's the allies though for when they want to pick up and counter any of the good junglers or dive heroes that could come through from the side of DG. so many heroes who were already exhausted so early into the series. Of course, there's so many more to go, but now is the opportunity for DG to call it back, to bring it back by picking up great just jungler like Cricknack, like an AoE, like a Kira, like an Irie could be also picked up. Alistair's and the Mina isn't there to counter. So free reigns at all. If they pick up those heroes, I think AMK won't have that much of an answer anymore.
Yeah, like I said about the Alistair pick there, I think they could have gone with somebody different. I mean, I guess in terms of value, I would value Ignis more than the Alistair, I guess. And then it was okay because DG ended up picking the Florentino into the Alistair, which was, something that you might want to be able to see anyways. But then, if you wanted to go with somebody else, you could have gone with the Liliana. Still the same amount of pokes, and I think the game was still gone. If not better, at least the same way. We're going to be just holding on here for just a quick couple of seconds as we complete the global ban picks. In the behind the scenes, I don't think you guys can see it right now as the viewers, but in behind the scenes, we do have to make sure we process through every single one of the bans here. That's just a more, shall we say, professional way of doing it. Or friendly way, rather, because once we ban them out, the players won't run the risk of accidentally selecting these hero pools anymore. But then, in AWC, you actually saw a little bit. Well, actually, I like to comment on this one because for me, production is very, very interesting. And on the side of AWC and AIC, it does seem like what happens is the players do get a chart that they can draw on to say who has been used or not. Every single player gets one of these charts, and instead, the organizers do not make that global ban picks, at least in the previous AWC, because I've seen people hovering, picks that have already been processed before. Very interesting, but for what we're doing here, we make sure that the players do get that luxury of seeing right on their screens who has been used before and who has not. Okay, so I'm just getting word from Shadow, our producer here, that we can see the picks at a spreadsheet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open that up. Now, while we do so, we do have Annette and Irie being the first two to be banned out here. DG is going to be on our left-hand side, and is going to be AMK on our right-hand side, the red team.
Very interesting. As I've mentioned, on the side of AMK, they've exhausted the Alistair and the Mina. And now the two heroes that could just, let's say, what's the word, that can thrive without the Alistair and Mina there to lock down onto them is the Irie and Kira, actually comes to us the bans of DG. Very interesting choice of ban here. Maybe they don't want to run such junglers, but we'll see. Now the Thorn does get picked up. Very scary ADC, a lot of damage potential.
It's interesting the kind of bans that AMK has been choosing for the first two. There's going to be the Annette and the Capney both rounds. Past round and this round as well. It looks like they just want to open up some opportunities for themselves here, because they haven't played the Zata, they haven't played someone like the Florentino either. Those characters who want to go in, I'm not sure if they played. Wait, so I still can't find that sheet, so I can't say if they played the Zip or anything like that. But the Annette would be dangerous for those kind of characters if they want to play it, and they ban it out. They ban out also the Capney to just make sure that they don't have as easy a time in terms of the marksman, because they've already played out their own Capney.
Basically now Lorian and Lulu gets locked into as the first to pick on the side of AMK. Lulu into the jungler position. Perhaps he could be running the Dark Slayer lane, but although he's more potent in the jungler, position. Lorion, though, very strong pick in the early game. Especially if you can connect onto a good story that you can actually just counter out the Thorn. Now the Varus and Mina hover right here. Mina should be locked into as a good support for Thorn, just lock out any heroes that want to dive onto it. But remember, if the Lubu dies, isn't really afraid of Mina, especially if he has a Conqueror up. Just doing so much heal, keeps on going through with his first ability. Won't be that afraid of the Dark Dominion and Death side of Mina.
I do like that countering pick though. The Varus going into the Lubu. It could be a Varus jungle actually if the Florentino does indeed get selected, because that gives the information onto DG that Varus is that Lubu might be going into the jungle. So Varus and Lubu, they kind of provide a very nice little I guess duality there. Varus is able to keep Lubu far away every time Lubu wants to charge in with the Conqueror. Meanwhile, you don't want to put like, well, let's just stop the thought from there. I think that does create a very nice duality there.
Absolutely, both heroes is doing a lot of heals. Now Florentino locked into the Dark Slaying position, but for the side of AMK. Florentino and Lubu, so we have very strong dice. Of course, Lorion can go through with his story night to open up the team fight. Florentino and Lubu dives onto the Thorn. Only Mina can really cancel out their protect the Thorn and cancel out the aggression from the side of AMK. Good composition so far, very good, very strong warriors that can deal a lot of damage in the team fight. Now, Zip and Chi banned out, so no Zip role to be spoken of, but quite interesting because Mina already locked into the support position, so maybe they do fear the Mina into the Dark Slayer and then Zip into the support, so that's why they banned it out. Now,
I can't really see the Mina into the Slayer lane low. I mean, Mina into the Slayer lane against the Florentino, against the Lubu. I think maybe against the Lubu will be slightly okay, but once Lubu gets the fourth ability, ultimate, he should be able to cut through Mina quite decently. And then, if it was the Florentino, Florentino is just able to dance around Mina so much that I don't think that's going to work out for them very well. Now, looking at this composition, AMK again is playing such an aggressive composition, in my opinion, because Lorion, Lubu, Florentino, they can all dive onto this Thorn early game, and then now they have someone late game to add to that composition, maybe plus a support that can sort of play both ways, like a Lumber or something like that. They can play the engage, they can play this the protector. That's going to be a very nice composition, a very balanced composition coming out from AMK. Meanwhile, for DG, they still have to solve the problem of whether or not this is enough protection for that Thorn.
Ooh, and as we were mentioning that the Alistair picked up Alistair Mina combo
nice.
deadly, and so
nice.
If you were asking them, could you protect this Thorn? The answer now is absolutely
now they can.
Yes.
Now they can.
Yeah, absolutely. The Alistair. Alistair was not used correctly, not picked up correctly by the side of AMK. No hate to them, but they could have used it in a better situation. Now it's picked up by DG in such a much better composition. Now they can lock down onto Lubu, lock down onto that Florentino, and the Superman comes through to push away any danger that wants to lock onto that Thorn.
Is going to be the final guy locked in here. It's gonna be a Grak. A Grak.
A Grak
But
into
no.
I can't quite understand who he wants to hook onto. Really.
Okay, Alistair. I can see that, but that's only one character. That's only one hero for you to really lock onto.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you lock into the Superman. uses his Man of Steel can
Superman
just wreak havoc.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you lock on you hook onto a
There's
Mina
the
that's
CC and Mew.
disastrous. Varus
There's
is
the
CC
CC and
immune.
Mew.
Jungler Varus extremely strong with the damage potential as well. So I don't see this Greg being a great
Oh
pick.
no, 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 no! Like we talked about last game, also that perhaps a little bit unfortunate or missed opportunities. I don't know. Maybe this is also another one of those missed opportunities. Although I'll have to be very, very clear that AMK does have a lot of skills onto their side. They know what they're doing, so perhaps they have something up their sleeves in terms of how they're gonna play, and maybe they're just really confident in their micros to be able to pull this one off.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. I just still think maybe they're a lumber. I don't think they've played their lumber. I think they could have pulled off the lumber quite okay. Oh, but once we talk about it.
Oh,
very nice
no,
little
Devil's
grab there.
Chain. Good Devil's Chain onto the Thorn right there. Thorn has to flicker away. He could have brought the Purify, and that would have saved the whole retaliation with the Death Silence the two people.
Yeah, well, all right. We're gonna have to see. This might be a personal show. We're gonna have to, personal show of this Grak. He says he's never lucky. I remember he played the Baldum previously, and he was quite lucky. And now he just showed us another one of these grabs. Maybe it is his day. There's another fight here, pushing all the way into that Lubu, putting a lot of pressure there.
Oh, Feetful, you have to flicker through the wall now. First blood comes to at the bottom lane right there. Thorn gets taken out. Mugalata now in a bit of danger. Flickers away. Feetful, you still doing damage. Meaty looking to connect onto the left side. Does do onto the Lorion there. Alistair doing these slows and the damage. Another good, a good pullback by the Varus that takes down Florentino, and the Greg catches out the 2-4 forward Superman there.
Wow, there was two fights. Yeah, there were two fights that we missed out there. Unfortunately, one because everything was happening so fast. Thorn died. I'm not really sure how that happened. Oh, and here's another excellent tower kill, but I think the Florentino is gonna have to pay for this one here. Yep, he's gonna fall down. And then the Superman dying in the red side jungle there. I don't know if it was the Grak. Whoa! Just as we talk about it, another one comes down.
So many early game engagements and aggression by both teams here. Mina now gets Death's Chain onto, but Alistair is there to support. Varus Bloody Kiss does save her the Might Golem there.
Huh. You know what? Maybe the side AMK, the side of AMK, maybe what they're planning, okay, with this Grak is, you know what? I'm just gonna go into your jungle and make it an offensive Grak. I'm not gonna worry about protecting my own people, protecting my backline or anything like that. I'm just gonna go and make you have to defend your own backline. See, the Mina there just had to sacrifice herself for that red buff, and then Lubu just swept in from the back to just still take that red buff away from our Varus over here. Although it was a failed attempt, and Henji's lover was able to punish that one, punish that red buff and secure it. But that was a very interesting little play there.
Oh, now ultimate is used by the Thorn, but no damage to be spoken of.
Never mind. I changed my mind.
Deleted, absolutely just deleted by the Superman there with the Man of Steel. Double kills by him, and he keeps on going with the laser beam right that connects onto the Florentino. Florentino will have to be careful between the tower here. Still Lubu in a bit of danger, but speeding bullet ultimate is used by Trash right here. Florentino a bit low on health. Conqueror is there to be spoken of, but not enough heals to come through. Long range engagement. Lubu and the defense will have to go down. Shutdown kills will come through from Florentino onto the Varus right there. Another member down as the Mina 2-4 forward will be the next victim. Cross back the advantage is the more and revenge by the side of AMK.
And all through that time, Thorn was farming. Thorn was just farming by himself. That fight was completely onto the Warriors. And I was saying that never mind, I changed my mind because we saw the Grak, he went for a blind hook into the bush and he caught Mina. But then all of a sudden, Dark Dominion came down and Grak fell. Grak was the one that fell, and that was exactly what you predicted in the early game. Before in the ban picks, that was what you said. You said you didn't want to hook Mina. You didn't want to. You can't really control Varus, and the only thing you could do is trying to hook this Alistair or.
Oh no, this two members that the document is you Story Knight flicker combo, but it is cleanse. As we notified Lubu here with the Conqueror will take down feed for you between the bushes, stuck between the walls, and no flicker to be spoken of. Alistair unfortunately has to go down. Florentino keeps on advancing onto Henry level here, but Superman is still counters. Speeding Relentless use misses his first push, misses his second, and no more chances. Embarrassing display of Superman here. Might want to call that back in the bit of the 8th game, but it does. Hanky's lover is saved by that tank by Trash, so Superman job well done. Perhaps, maybe we could still say that.
Oh, that was some really. You know what? I don't think it was necessarily the fault of Superman here for his micros, because that was one slippery Florentino. You saw him dancing around, just completely focusing onto the Varus. Wow, what an excellent display of micros from Florentino. I don't blame the Superman at all, actually.
Oh, absolutely. Florentino, very good job there. Still doing damage and gets out in time. Fortunately, couldn't have finished off his food, but there is still a lot of advantage gained there. Now, 4 members up top right here on the side for both sides. Both lane swap maybe. Moran is aware of the danger that might come through.
I don't think so.
Side. He no chances to retaliate. No, I think he did. He was way low between the towers, but the flicker and Death Side and Magic Prison combo, just no chance for him to escape at all.
Okay, if he saw that one coming, then he totally underestimated how scary that combo was gonna be.
And we have to pay for a fatal shot. Such a missed opportunity. Now Varus comes down with that side. Death chains onto the allies to 3 pre-men down.
Oh no,
disastrous.
Yes, really a disaster. Who dealt all the damage? Oh my goodness, the Tomb of the Reaper did come out. That's gonna be, I don't know, is that the Lorian? Is that the Florentino? Looking at his goal, he's very, very well fed in this game right now. He's 6-1-1. That could very well be the Florentino doing the job there. Wow, what an amazing turn of events there. I thought, for a moment there, they had a really good engage onto the Morin. And then they could have backed out, but they pressed on for a little bit more, which was still fine. Oh no, and here we go again. Yeah, okay. Very, very good micros there from the Florentino. Very, very good.
And now DG in a lot of trouble here. 4,000 gold lead. Darkslayer might be the next objective for the side of AMK, as well as this tower. Both first tower on the bottom and the top lane does go down. Darkslayer, next point of contestant feed for you, looking to do some sort of CCO damage. But the crack is there to deny. Between the tower is for Arc. Now a lot of big trouble here. Florentino between the tower. That's what does not finish him off. But for Arc, a lot far forward here. Ultimate, but Story Knight is used, but the not connect onto him. Thorn gets away just fine. Superman is here to try and do anything. Dominating by Florentino takes down the Varus. Drake is still there. Trash with Superman not able to find any impact at all. Now in danger, 3 members might be next 3 victims here if they're not careful, but they will back off just fine. Drake not dropped just yet. Might need to wait for a better chance. Fatal shot, not enough damage. Trash will go down because of it. Conqueror of Lubu between the towers, but the Magic Prison does go down. We'll have to go down to the tower's damage. However, as the trade does come through, Mogalata very low on health, but gets away just fine. Between the towers is the Florentino finally gets down, gets put into his grave. Finally, someone stops this man. Shuts down, goes over to the Varus.
Oh wow, yeah, really unfortunate how that turned out over there. Thorn should be getting up online here now. Maybe he's got the 2 main items here coming up for him. 5.7k gold, still a ways behind the enemy Morin. Wow, wow. And then of course that's that Florentino being the star of the show here. I'm surprised we're not seeing a little bit more healing reduction coming out from, say, the Varus or the Mina, or even the Superman. I guess, okay, Superman could be the completely build, maybe like continue to build what he builds, and then yeah, maybe the Varus needs to take that Curse of Death or something. But right now it's only the Alistair, and however, Alistair is not a great character to be able to carry that damage, that heal reduction item, because
that anti-heal.
Because his kit just doesn't allow him to constantly apply heal reduction to Florentino, let's say.
Yeah, not let's continuous damage. Oh, what a great hook by Greg on the feet for you. Oh, no chances for Escape or Alice to take him down, and Lubu, no one to anti-heal him, and keeps on going through Story Night, connects on to no one. Lubu between the dives such 3 Dread Stallions with the Conqueror, takes down the Thorn in so much trouble. Varus trying to crawl anything back to Death Chain, connects onto him and shuts him down. Lubu goes down to the tower's damage, only the Superman 2 contest. Minion is low on health, 1 speeding bullet will do it, or 1 laser beam. Death Chain does miss. And now he goes through, but he gets slowed down by the Greg with his silence. Still shuts down the Lorion. I think that was the tower's damage, the Nexus damage.
Wow, you know what? Well, that I had a feeling that hook was coming. I'm not really sure why. I felt like maybe the Greg saw that, saw on the edge of his map somebody just walking into that bush. And then, people already spotted out the Greg, so the V4U was going to back out. Oh my goodness, another hook.
Amazing hooks. Retaliation is here. Oh, Morin will have to pay.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, at this point, really, we talked about this Greg pick, we said maybe there was a more steady pick, but then this Greg is showing us just exactly what his value was. It's the player making this Greg value right now.
Absolutely.
We also this morning, wow, he's now soloing, dragons and stuff. Oh man, okay, now this
is too much.
Yep,
Stop.
this is what he was doing. We talked about it. We talked about what Greg was doing. Is the offense is the best defense. That's what he was doing. He wasn't even gonna protect more. He was gonna distract you so much that he didn't have to protect more. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Now, Darkslayer not finished out quick enough. The contestant is still there. Greg connects onto the Superman. Superman will have to go down for this Darkslayer. Darkslayer might not even go to the side of DG, as Lubu is there more and takes down the Magic Prison onto the Lubu. Meaty down a lot of danger. Lorion does a lot of damage. Meaty will have to go down along with the Varus double kill for Florentino V4U. Between the Darkslayer cave, and will get taken down 5v1. No chances. This will be the end. I dare the Thorn to do anything to find 1 kill. Greg looking for a hook, will miss it. The fatal shot does nothing, doesn't even get it off, and now the Nexus will go down. And another victory racked up for the side of AMK here.
Wow, interesting, very, very interesting. Wow. Let's go back towards when we were thinking about in terms of the draft. In the perfect game, it was gonna be, the Superman being able to clear lanes really fast. Perhaps just rotate and gank. Okay, leaving the Varus to be able to just farm up the top side of the map, and then we'll have Thorn just continuously farming up. It's gonna be V4U protecting him. It was gonna be Meaty protecting him, and then when the Greg wants to engage, or when the Greg was gonna protect people, then the Superman will come in with his Mana Steel. That was the game plan. That was the game plan for the side of DG. But then the Greg didn't want to play by the script. The Greg just said, okay, well, I don't care. My Morin is gonna protect himself. Actually, I'm just gonna distract you. I can distract you with all sorts of funky plays, and just forcing Meaty to have to come and protect his jungle instead, and even sacrificing herself at times for that jungle camps. And wow, okay, interesting, very, very interesting. We went with the we had a composition in mind for AMK, but they showed us something different, and it worked for them.
Oh, absolutely. We talked about in the band pick phase in the draft phase that Greg's only viable target was the Alistair, and that's exactly what he did. Most of his hooks, most of his I swear to God, I cannot say it. Death chain connected onto the Alistair, exactly what he needed to do. And as such, it yielded so much advantage for his teams, as well as just kept on hooking the objective, the Sage, the Might buff for the side of Varus, just being a nuisance to the enemy team. Although we did see, we were still quite accurate on the Greg analysis. The one time he hooked onto the Mina, disastrous, but all the other time it was so good with his abilities, with his micros. He kept on finding the Thorn, he kept on finding the Alistair that just prevented them to find any impact at all. Mina just not able. She can't flicker up to protect and squish a hero like Alistair. He will get taken down before anything happens.
Oh, very, very interesting. Yeah, I think at that, there was some points where it felt like the composition was already set, but then at a certain point, it was the players making a difference. The Florentino and the Greg really showed us some really excellent micros there, and then the rest of the players on the side of AMK was playing solid games. Okay, and that really made a difference. That really made a difference.
Absolutely, AMK is having a field day right here. They are on to 3 match points already, and now if DG needs, this is sudden death for him. This might be their exit out of the tournament if they don't crawl it back. If there's any game that they want to bring in their best heroes, to bring in their best strategy, this is the game to do it, because this is their last chance. No mistakes can be made. One mistake can make them go down to the losers bracket and no chance for the championship anymore. Now, of course, with a three game lead now, with so on the match point, AMK play very chill. They can just, if they want to let a game go, they can do that, But absolutely, there's a chance for them to close out this series with 4-1 victory. Entering the finals with a 4-1 victory, that would be a great momentum and motivation for you to win this tournament as a whole. But DG, we do hope that DG does pull this back and win the next game, so we can watch more of amazing Arena of Valor by both of these amazing teams and players.
Yeah, DG did show us some very nice games. I think when they had that Darcy in the jungle, that was excellent for them. That was in game 2 that we saw, and they really turned it up there. So right now, they might want to take a look at who their jungler likes to play into that, and make their team composition around that, because that seemed to work a lot for them. And then also we have to remember the Violet played by I believe, let me just grab the player name here. Oh, I can't see them. the Violet there, also very prominent there. I think it was off something. But anyway, he played a very nice Violet also in that same game there. That strategy seemed to work for them. They like to be on the aggressive side, so right now maybe they need to put some eggs into just trying to pick up some jungle and some ADC that they're gonna feel comfortable with. Now, we have to also mention about the Richter, because at that moment they did have the Richter also trying to also there providing a lot of aggression. So yeah, they need to look for some combo that's gonna work for them. Either is the mid jungle ADC, or is the mid support in ADC. I think they should know that AMK should be banning out the Annette and and maybe the, what's it called, the Annette, and who else did they ban? The Kafni, right? They might be banning out those 2 heroes. So then, knowing that, who can they get? Maybe a Kira, maybe a Zill or something. But then I wouldn't get a Zill, because that's not a first pick viable kind of hero. But some meta jungler, maybe or maybe Zephys, or someone like that. Okay, so I think that's what the strategy should be going through. Those are the kind of strategies that should be going through DG's mind.
Absolutely. Again, they know, if I swear to God, they ban out such good heroes that could play into their hands. The Kira, the Irie, they ban it out. Remember, there's no more stuns on the side of AMK. Well, we did see the Greg being played so well there, but that's out of the question. That's the Greg, that's the Mina, that's the Alistair, that's the Wonder Woman out of the question. They can pick into the Kira, they can pick into an Irie. This can be so destructive. But maybe
well,
I
guess
don't
it
want to
was
play it.
yeah, it was. It's just right now. I guess they're kind of fearful. They're fearful of the enemy getting two heroes that they feel are very strong. If I had to guess, DG probably has a very good Kira, and they probably also know the potency of Irie, and so they're guessing that AMK knows this as well, and they didn't want them to be able to get it at all. And over here, you know, it's interesting because AMK actually drops out on the Annette ban, meaning that you know, maybe DG can think about what they can choose in this round to maybe, you know, to maybe use that as some sort of information. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure, but if DG was going to be a bit more ballsy, maybe letting them pick between the Kira and you know, and someone else like Thorn. They let go of the Thorn right now, so maybe they could make them choose, and then they could pick up someone up for themselves. Like if they ban out Thorn because they can't use it, and then leave the Kira open, leave the Irie open, and who else did AMK use? I think AMK used up Lubu already. They used up Florentino. They used up a whole bunch of these characters actually already. So then, you know, leaving a couple of them open so that maybe one of them would trickle down to their own hands. That might have been a way to play it.
Absolutely. Now the Teamy and Thorn combo comes through on the side of AMK. Extremely, it's a very deadly combo with it, especially now with the alchemy enchantment. Remember, this is a 1.2 thousand gold version, not the 951. So that could be so strong right now. Thorn with the team, and that was such a great snowball that could be rolled right away. And even now with the zip ban now, not much for retaliation. Joker locked into the 80 CSE response to the Thorn. Of course, Joker can burst down the Thorn, but the Dirac is there to do a lot of AP damage as well. Put down that Genesis barrier. Joker's killing joke won't be able to connect onto anything at all, especially with the Raz as well. Raz can't really come through with the explosive K or any of his fancy footworks if Dirac just, you know, puts down that ultimate in a good position.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. It looks like DG picked up heroes that they're very comfortable with. You know, these locks are very, very quick. You know, Fee4U was a very quick lock. Fennec was a really quick lock. So was Joker. They weren't really looking on the side of AMK to see whether they can get something advantageous going on. I think I respect this because, you know, this is the game that they need to bring all their eggs out, really, right?
Absolutely.
Now it really is gonna have to depend because previous match, when, you know, just looking at the match that worked for DG, they had the mid laner playing a very aggressive hero, like it was namely the Richter, and then they had Krizix playing a very tanky hero, somebody who can heal up and stuff like that. I think maybe if Meaty has like a Dextra as a support, that might work well because Dextra's ultimate works kind of in the way that the Ibanez ultimate works. You know, he does get some heals back, so maybe that would have worked. And now Krizix is gonna be picked up here by Meaty. Maybe they had, you know, Meaty just hasn't shown us the very aggressive side of his playstyle or her playstyle. And then we're gonna be surprised here. You know, it was a fast lock, so it could be a comfort pick coming out from ET. I certainly hope so, and I certainly want to see that happen for DG. It's gonna be last pick now. For the side of AMK, they're gonna lock in on Zephy's and Zuka. There's gonna be the final two picks. Looks like Teamy is gonna be staying on to the side lanes here a little bit more than not, and then, or maybe rotating with Dirac, feeding him up and making sure that they can also protect Thorn. Zephyrs and Zuka should be quite fine on their own, especially against this composition on the side of DG.
That's the 6 and the Volcav. Yes, this will allow him to play an extremely aggressive game with the Raz. Joker just keeps on doing the poke damage, and Volcav Krizzix has come through, especially with the Krizzix with the ultimate flicker combo, and the Volcav there with his dive with his ultimate as well. This composition will allow them to play very aggressive as well. However, I do fear towards the late game Joker won't be as potent as the Thorn.
10 seconds.
Fennec, of course, Fennec as the late game is very strong, but Direct just cancels out any damage that looks to come through from the side of DG, as well as the Zephyrs is extremely tanky with his death from above, can really just cancel out anything.
Yeah,
however,
for sure.
I do have to agree with you. I do think this, considering the circumstances that they are in right now, I believe this is the best cards that DG have available to them. And if this is their best cards, I do believe that they can put on a show with their best heroes and crawl this one back.
Get ready. Minions will be deployed in 5 seconds. Prepare to engage.
Alright, heading to the potentially last game for DG if they don't do good enough of a job here. 3 members onto the mid lane, bit of a poke damage by Joker, but nothing too significant to be spoken of as the early game. Now, they could try and force some jungle steals coming through here, but they absolutely can not try and stop that Teamy and Thorn growing too quickly. Good shots hit by Arc here with the Joker. Brings Cold Never Lucky down to half health. Along with the Razzie, getting some good power surges too through.
Yeah, this rotation could be troublesome for DG, because now the Krizzix is following the Fennec, but the Fennec doesn't really need help in this scenario, or rather we should say that Fennec can't be helped in this scenario. They should really help out maybe the Raz here with his lane clears, and so that he can push into the jungle and do something here. Especially if the Raz was, especially if the Raz is there, is a comfort pick there. Krizzix should be helping out here.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw though that really good poke damage coming through just brings the teammates down so low, just not even 2 minutes into the game. It has to recall back. Now the Zephyrs is in between the bushes, gets spotted out by the Joker. Is there by the Krizzix to suck up Cold Never Lucky. Cold Never Lucky might have to be the first man down, and will go down to hang his love with Fennec first blood. No retaliation by the Zephyrs. That from above still could be used, but they don't want. Looks like they do not want to contest his Abyssal Dragon. And they won't. Abyssal Dragon will go over to the side of DG. Zuka, bit of trouble, will go back. Will be able to back off.
Oh, this kill though is going to offer them quite a bit of space though. It doesn't seem like AMK wants to contest any of these two objectives. That's a good break for DG. You're gonna have to find opportunities to get back onto this fan wagon for DG and cheer them on. Of course, I'm quite looking forward to a good game from them. My eyes are on this Raz to see if he can make some insane plays, shutting down the Thorn, and seeing who's going to take care of this mid lane D-Rack here.
Absolutely. Now, rotation coming down onto the bottom lane. The Zephyrs is spotted out here by the Raz and the Krizzix. Might look to ambush now. If you remember, walking right onto the hands of Fiti. I suppose that's himself. Will have to back off.
That's what I like to see, though. That's exactly what I like to see. They went with the mid lane priority.
Towers with his ultimate will have to back off. Though he keeps on going through Zuka. Extremely low on health. I'll take opens used by him. But Chris, it's flickers. Smacked onto two people. Fatal shot is by the Thorn right there. In with the Genesis blast there by the Dirac, but no damage in the early game. A clean swept Dirac alive. A 4-for-1 trade for the style of DG.
That is exactly what we wanted to see from DG. Oh my goodness, this is feeling like their second game. They need to keep this up, and I think they might be able to do it. I'm cheering for them. That was an excellent engage there. First, they opened up by Volkoth. Volkoth gets his ultimate, second stage of his ultimate up. He does get off his horse and does become invulnerable / immune to death, and was able to tank up so much of that tower damage as everybody else comes and dives that tower. Excellent teamwork.
Absolutely not, Zuka. Bit of trouble, bit far forward. The Purify and the being a bro there to save him and will retreat back just fine.
Oh, but they're gonna be able to. AMK is gonna be able to. Oh, sorry, DG is going to be able to get that mid lane priority. Is fantastic. Is what you want. Give Feed for You an opening to make some plays happen. However, here we see the Kha'Zix once again going to follow the Fennec. Fennec is on a 301 right now. Nobody really will want to find the Fennec and do anything to him. The engage comes through though.
Oh, the retaliation comes through a meaty, sucks up the team. Genesis barrier is there to save them. Genesis splats onto meaty. Meaty still on health, but will get away just fine. Volcav might have used his outright to dive potential quad kill if he wants to do so, but he won't. He won't risk it actually.
Oh, that was a beautiful way to just disengage that fight. I think that was good. That was a good choice there for DG, although they do lose a little bit of aggression, but
now
here
between the towers,
now a good tower kill.
Oh, very good tower dive with the Volcav there with the ultimate invincibility, just taking the damage and then dealing the damage along with the Raz and Zuka. No chance at all. Now rotation comes through to the bottom. Only Zephyrus and Thorn here. Bit of trouble considering how strong Fennec and Kha'Zix has been so far.
Yeah, very disciplined play so far now.
Spins up the Thorn will go down. The mid lane is cleared out. No ultimate by the direct, and it will have to go down along with his teammate right there. Oh boy, what a good dive right there.
Wow, yeah, I am quite convinced right now that on the side of DG, their strategy and what works for them is an aggressive mid lane / plus support composition. That's what they need. They need to create room for Oct. Oct needs to get, some space to be able to farm up. Look at him go. He's now farming up the enemy jungle side. That is exactly what they want to be able to do. And this game is feeling like game 2.
It feels like Kha'Zix is just getting flickers every 30 seconds at this great. Being a bro is used by TV, but will have to go down after it, perhaps. Yep, he will go down. Genesis Blast does call it back and shuts down meaty Kha'Zix. Feed You now. Looking for some exit frags, but we'll find none. Up top, tower goes down. Zephyrus now in trouble, chased by the Volcav.
Yeah, what I also really like about what DG is doing right now is the fact that they're being so careful. Not so careful to the fact that, they're not taking fights or anything like that, but all their carries are making sure that they are staying alive. Right now, all the deaths mainly has been coming, well, actually all the deaths has been coming from Kha'Zix, but that is A-okay. He's making the plays, he's making the entries possible, and then the entire team just, if it's very disciplined, they will just disengage when they have to, and just scare off the enemies and just push them under their tower. That's a very, very clean way to play.
Oh, another Saki onto the Thorn flickers away. Never lucky, not as lucky being bro is here to save, to allow him to escape, but the Volcav between the tower ultimate goes down onto off his right, but too long how will have to back out.
But yeah, just exactly look at that though. Like that discipline for that for the Volkoth player there. Of course, his name says he's trash, but he was so disciplined, even though he says he's trash. He's so disciplined to just back out. That's great, and it created opportunities now for them to take that mid lane tower, 2 of them for free.
So many advantages right now. Genesis barrier used by Direct. Might be a missed click there, or he thought he could have had enough damage to finish off the Kha'Zix or the grass right there.
Right, perhaps. They wanted some trades. But this Dark Slayer is going down really fast. Now the
7,000
gold
gold.
lead, 7,000. This is looking like a good game for DG. All right, let's get into it.
It's absolutely just that's a completely new face they're bringing in. This is completely different from the last 2 games we've watched them. They felt like they were oppressed the entire way through the entire last 2 games, and now this game. Who are they bringing in such a new breath of air right here? Just constant pressure, constant damage, and good discipline in a fight.
Oh, there's a big engage coming through from the Zuka, but then it's going to be Meaty trying to come in with another engage. The rest of the team from DG is going to arrive now. Here's the Gassy Bomb coming through onto somebody, but then being a bro is going to be able to let the Zephy survive. Hopefully, yes, indeed. Zephy's going to be able to survive, but the poke damage, the rocket comes through from the Joker and hurts a lot, landing onto Cold Never Lucky. Their positions have kind of switched now. Previously was Meaty crying about all the damage coming through from the enemy. This time is going to be Cold Never Lucky. Mid wave is going to come in. The Drake is still shooting away at that bottom tower. It looks like AMK is just going to drop that bottom tower, thinking that there's not going to be any chance for them to be able to stop that Drake from destroying that tower. Oh, Zephyx has pulled back by the Krizix, and now it's going to be Volkoth riding on through. He does get off his horse. He's going to be immune now, taking off a lot of damage. And then it's going to be 5vs2. Raz goes in for the trade, but unfortunately too much mana left onto that D-Rack, and he's going to be able to survive. But then unfortunately Thorn is going to go down with a ton of damage, and that is going to be game. GG, well played DG. This is exactly what we wanted to see. 10 minutes 27 seconds into the game, and that is a game over.
Oh, they did such a good job this game. We can't. They've played such a good game, exactly what they needed to do. They brought in a new breath of air, and this is exactly what they need to do for the rest of the series so far. The card back, the score now is 3-2. Not much to talk about in this game, actually, in my opinion.
Well,
just dominant performance so far.
If I were to add a couple of things, it's gonna be about the discipline of this team, because
absolutely.
They looked at the composition. First of all, they came to game point, and then they just said, let's play how we know how to play. Let's just go and bring out the kind of combinations that we want to bring out. And they didn't really look at the other side. They just went, we know this is gonna work. They had confidence in themselves, and they played it. And then if you had taken a look previously at also the scoreboard, the KDAs over there, only 3 deaths. What a clean game. Both times the 2 deaths were coming up from ET, and those were good deaths. 40% damage taken. Wow, amazing job there. And then beyond just taking damage, and beyond I guess dying that 2 times, he was also setting up plays. Look at that, 11 kill participation out of 13. That is almost a perfect game for that Krizix, in my opinion. That I think the MVP really there could go for the Krizix, because although like we saw him going up towards the ADC when I feel like he didn't have to, but maybe he was going there for preventative measures, because if the Zephyrs decides to invade with that Zuka, it could spell disaster for them. So maybe he was going up there for preventative measures. But the rest of the game, he was focused on trying to create space for their own ADC Oct on that. He was going around with that Raz, making sure that Raz can get into the enemy jungle. I think the pivotal moment was when the time Raz was able to ambush with the Krizix in that red side jungle. They put a fireball out there just trying to contest with the red buff, and it just started a nice pace for the team of DG there. It started that pace of saying to AMK, we're here, we're right in your jungle, stay under your tower, play scared, this is our game.
Absolutely, just wow, what a great, amazing, absolutely just spectacular performance by the side of DG. Now on 3-2. DG looks to try and bring this to a seventh game right here. And when we do reach that 7th game, all cards are off the table. That's global ban pick is then cancelled out. All heroes are free to pick up once again. And then that would be such a good game to see, because both teams will have to lock into the absolute best composition, the best strategy to try and just bring back that victory. However, I don't think that the side of AMK wants that to happen. They might want to close this out right now, because if they do give their opponents more chances, that might be disastrous for them. Walking into that 7th game with the 2 consecutive wins, I think the side of DG would have more momentum. So
yeah, I'm just gonna do a very bold prediction here. I think right now for DG, they still have a couple of supports that they could really look into, and that's probably gonna be like either the Teamy, is gonna be either the Superman, is gonna be the Malloc, or Wonder Woman. I think those are the kind of characters that would really suit them well in this match upcoming, because they haven't used any of those heroes, I believe. Maybe the Wonder Woman they use. Let me just double check. I don't think they have. Yeah, indeed, they've only used the Superman from that list. So with those other 3 heroes, they could possibly use them as support very well, and then pair it up with something like a Liliana, something like a Ignis. Yeah, I think that would really open up their game. Now, we haven't given AMK a lot of love during these past 2 games, and this game coming up as well. But they're up 1. They're up 1 right now, so I think we can favor DG a little bit more. Just for the sake of being able to see a game 7 between these 2 teams. Just allow us to do that for a little moment. But okay, let's talk about AMK here. AMK in the previous game, like you were saying, Toka, you were saying that they can chillax for this one game, and maybe take a loss. It is okay. They didn't have to beat themselves up about it either. The pressure is still on DG right now. They just need to play they just need to find a way to shut the side of DG down, and one little straw, a couple of kills. That's all it's gonna take to really shake up DG and get them off their game.
Absolutely. Now we are now going to head into the 6th game of this series. So this is the final chance for DG, as well as a chance for DG to bring it back to a 7th game, and also a chance for the side of AMK to close out the series. Now, a lot of heroes has been exhausted. A lot of options are off the table. Only a handful of really good picks are left. So for this final game, ban pick will be extremely important, because this is the last game. You want to go all in, because next game is you have to go all in as well if we do reach a 7th game, as global ban pick is then cancelled out. So banning at this stage is still going to be very important, as well as the picking up strong heroes right from the start.
For sure.
I do think the Irie and the Irie, Caffney, and Kiro will be just automatically banned. It has been for the last 5 games.
Well,
I expect it to show up anytime soon.
You know what? I think that's going to be up to AMK. AMK has been really liking the bans on Annette and on Caffney. I think they're going to go with the Caffney ban again. And in terms of Hayate, DG can still play that Hayate. So they might be in a pickle here in terms of who they're gonna ban, and we might see the Kira come out. However, if I were AMK and I was able to see DG's pattern in terms of who they like to play as a support, I might decide to not ban the Annette like the previous game, and then just ban out the Kira instead. It does look like the jungle position here for DG also does make quite a bit of a difference for the team. the team's morale and the team's pacing and stuff. So maybe the Kira ban is going to be better. Because I don't think DG is going to run that in net.
Absolutely. Now, looking as you said before, it looks like DG wants to, especially the DG wants to play more aggressive support heroes. So I think Baldum is still there, Malok is still there.
No, DG played Baldum, I think. Yeah.
No. They if they did it, they could have been in the first.
Oh, they played Omega. Never mind.
They played Omega and then Lumber. So Baldum is still as an option for them.
Okay. I don't know about the Baldum. I didn't think that was the style. If they were gonna play someone like the Baldum, I would suggest them to play maybe Wonder Woman. That feels more like their style. Wonder Woman fits more into the description of an aggressive support, being able to just jump through walls and things like that. At least make those kind of plays. While Baldum, you kind of have to sort of walk up and charge your way in. But to me, I feel like, or even a Volkov support. But then Volkov is already used by DG, so. And so right now, I'm liking the Wonder Woman. If they're gonna lock that one in, I'd be pretty happy to see that. And I think maybe another support that could have worked for them, would be, let's see who else is in the support. Right now, I'm seeing a bunch of different supports, a bunch of different characters on my screen, but I'm not really seeing the person who I was thinking about. It will probably come back to me later, but I did name a couple of heroes that I feel like DG could play into their support, and Wonder Woman is still my favorite by far that they could run.
I think if they do want to block into aggressive supports, Roxy is an option. Tara, a great pick.
Dextra.
Emily, Dextra.
Yeah,
Arjun could be also categorized as the aggressive support.
Yeah, Arjun. For sure.
Bottom hasn't been played, I don't think.
Not by DG. No. Yeah, no, I think those are great suggestions. Roxy, we saw in the AWC take a flicker and being able to just change the face of a battle. That would be pretty cool. Although Roxy, to be honest, feels to me more like don't wait. Who's that? What's that guy's name? Never cold, never lucky. I feel like that's more his style because we saw how crazy his hooks were on that rack, and it just feels like the similar kit. He kind of is okay with just getting one character. Meanwhile, on the side of DG, it feels like their support really likes to be able to jump in onto a whole bunch of people and make a grand entrance. All right, we're into it. AMK is indeed going to ban out the Caffeine first, and then it's going to be the Hayate. So woohoo, Kira is open. If they want to play Kira, now it's the time to lock into it, or Irie. Okay. Either one. Very good. Very good for them.
All right. Irie's not banned out. That has picked up Kira now, an option. AoE is still there as a jungler for the side of AMK.
Yes, I thought I saw the hover last time for AMK on the AoE, but they didn't end up playing it right. I don't think so. Yeah. So it's going to be the arrow and the scud. Oh, interesting. Very interesting.
Both can jungle, both can slay it, both are extremely strong. A lot of heals, a lot of just dive potential.
Very interesting. They're gonna go with the Teamy and arrow.
Teamy?
Well, Teamy did cross my mind because Teamy does have a very similar kit as Kha'Zix. Even though you don't get to suck people in, but that area of effect is about the same. And so I could see that. It actually crossed my mind, Teamy, previously. And now if they're gonna, but then they're gonna probably match it up with the Elandor jungle, which to me is interesting because previously they have really relied on the support plus mid kind of combo. And if the mid is not gonna be able to roam with anybody, all of a sudden Oct is going to be playing under tower. And that's I feel that's gonna spell disaster for DG, because they haven't been doing well in all of their previous games when they use that strategy.
Team's turn to ban.
Oh, Aosu bans out. Okay, yeah, they fear the Aosu Gilda combo, which makes sense. And we do see the Elendor jungle Teamy. If this is the case, Teamy could roam for Elendor. And maybe they want to pick in a warrior into the dragon lane, perhaps. Scott is there. The question is, who will jungle for the side of AMK? Of course, Arrow and Scott can both jungle. I would prefer the Scott to jungle, but Arrow, I do think would be a better counter to the Irie there. Now we do see the 4 ADCs banned out already for the side of AMK to try and pick up any at all. Of course, many are still an option. None are tier 1 picks, however. They could lock into the Slims. Wouldn't say the best against an Elendor jungle, but with a good flying spear that could cancel out the Irie. Along with the Gilda. The Gilda can just come to with the stun. With the Gold Blast.
No, but I do like the Slims better than the Valheim. The Valheim seems to have a little bit too little range, and then being able to maybe pick off by the Irie here quite easily.
There we go. With the Tara. Tara's not support. Tara's going to be... Wait, what? If they do lock into the Tara would be in the Dragon Lane?
I'd play Tara in the Dragon Lane, I suppose. At least for their composition, that's what I'd do. They're hovering on the mid. I don't know that they... I don't think they know which mid they want to play right now. And I think it's because of the Landor. That was... You know, that's probably what Feed4U is thinking. Okay, Ignis. Ignis is okay here, I think. Ignis being able to stay far away from Gildir. Liliana will probably take a little too long to be able to get out and impactful. I would like the Ignis a little bit better. Ignis can also probably cancel out Gildir's Indulgence very well. And provide just a lot of control onto that Valheim. Again, Valheim was a very, let's just say, well, his reach is a little bit small, shorter range, right? So it should be fine if Ignis plays into that one. Final pick, looking like the Richter. This could be quite disastrous for... Yeah, I feel like this could be quite disastrous for DG. And yeah, it's gonna be the mid Richter. Interesting, we actually don't see this very much at all in North America, but this is the second time we've seen this tonight. AMK is going to pull out a Richter mid Gildir into the support. At least that looks like what they're playing here in terms of who's playing it. Yeah, this could spell disaster because it looks like it's going to be the Gildir and the Richter just constantly roaming together. And that's going to really limit the impact of Liliana in the early game.
10 seconds remaining.
Such a powerful composition here on the side of AMK. So much damage, so much tank, so much diving potential, and so much CC as well. I would say this. If this was a game that AMK could close it out, if there was a game AMK could close it out with this composition, they have a very high chance too. With this, they can completely just lock down that Ari, lock down that Liliana, not allow them at all to go into the late game.
Yeah, and also the important thing here is gonna be who's gonna go into that Slayer lane, who's gonna go into that Abyssal lane. Indeed, they do put the Tara into the Abyssal lane. She does have a little bit more, just survivability against that Valheim. But oh no, just as we talked about, it's gonna be basically DG here being pushed back into their own towers, and we saw from previous games it's not the kind of style that they want to play.
Absolutely. With the Allen Door, they have the ability to play aggressive, but that teamy support doesn't really allow them to do so. Of course, if it was the Tyra support, that could have been different, but teamy is picked up, and Tara will be playing in a Dragon Lane position.
I think what's gonna happen is that these two teams here, well, for DG, they're going to try.
Engagement though, low health members is the Valheim to go to Valheim extremely low will get away just fine. Arrow brought down extremely low. Arc trying to finish off the victims here, but none will go down just yet. Trash looking to do some damage, but none will be found.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen here on the side of DG is that they're going to try to wait for Tara to reach level 4 before they really go all in onto these engages. Of course, that was a nice little skirmish there. They were able to cut out some rotations there, especially with the Liliana's first and second abilities combo. They were able to really poke down the Valheim super low. And then once Oct gets his ultimate, she should be able to tank out in the front line, providing a little bit more engage for the entire sort of quad group here.
Now the dragon has been spawned and has ascended onto the battlefield, but no team looking to take it just yet. Mugilata here spotted out by the enemy team. Arkham jumps through, but no more engagement. Both team playing extremely careful here. DG, of course, don't want to let this slip away. AMK also do not want to bring this to a 7th game. Oh, Hanky's Lover between the wall, but will dash away. Good micros there, but Enzo here with the enhanced blade could do some damage.
Yeah,
indulgence and flicker combo. No more sun to be found. Scott is here with his punch. Bam! Hits down through 2 members down low now. Keeps on engaging. Being a bro has not been used. First blood with that Ryu. Beautiful Ryu onto 2 members of the side of DG, and they will have to go down. Now feed for you between enemies line will go down. His ult will do nothing to the arrow right there.
Yeah, this is exactly I think what I expected more. For a second there, we saw DG being able to kind of own the lane priorities and things like that, and for a second there, AMK seemed to be complacent, just or sort of not maybe complacent is the wrong word, but just okay with giving away that lane priority. But then all of a sudden, once the fight does happen, we see that right now, DG just isn't able to hold out on those early game encounters.
Absolutely. Now, feed for you. A little bit of trouble. Arctic Orb has been used. Teamy is still over there to cover. BT now spotted out. Will have to retreat. Good stuns by Arc. It's good slow. Steel body is used. Bro is also used here, but Indulgence is there to stun up. Trash comes through with the Ryu. Takes down 1. Takes down 2. Next victim, maybe the Arrow. Arrow will use his Demon Call to get away, but damage is there by Hangy's Love and will finish him off. Good retaliation by DG.
Very good, very good. That is exactly where we talked about, Oct now has his ultimate. That last ultimate that he popped off was excellent. It was tanking up so much damage, and then the Teamy it afforded the space for Teamy to then stun up people, and the rest of the damage came through. It was a really good team engaged in team fight. Mugilata is gonna try to be fighting for this river, because if he can do it, then this game should be in AMK's hands. But if he cannot, and if his support doesn't come with him to try and establish this river dominance, and this game might still go into the favor of DG.
Absolutely. Gold advantage is on the side of DG, which makes sense considering they do have the dragon and more kills. Now Hangy's Lover spots out the Scud. Bit of a skirmish here, not say a team fight just yet. Arrow comes through with the Bone Shaver. Normal one, not enhanced, will just slow his enemies. Very intense. I can feel the tension coming from this game. Both teams playing extremely careful and picking their fight extremely wisely. Now,
nice engage.
Indulgence onto 2 members, and now the cavalry does come, but Hangy's Lover takes down Gilda. Stun comes through from the Richter. Hangy's Lover uses Arctic Orb. a lot of trouble here. Team is there, no ultimate to be spoken of. Misses the Bone Shaver is the arrow right there.
Wow.
So low on health, 4 members on the side of DG, but they are so resilient. They will not go down without a fight. Then 3 members still on health. Oh my god, what a good display of skill. And Liliana even spots out the arrow. Such a naive, innocent recall by the side of arrow, and he has to pay for it. Oh,
and all
wicked.
of a sudden, the gold lead comes to 6K. That was some excellent team fight there. I think really hats off to Hanji's lover there. What an Arctic Orb coming through, and then he just bought enough time for the rest of the team to come through. Liliana dealt a lot of damage, and they were able to turn that fight around. Wow.
Oh, absolutely, just amazing. Now, a lot of pressure being put on all fronts now. DG looking to bring this series into a 7th game. 4 members here up top. What Minions Wave has cleared out the bed in the middle lane, but Irie might be looking for a dive, perhaps. Might not want to fight against the arrow here. Bone Shaver does connect onto him, but not much damage at all. So, still very. Despite the goal advantage, the DG is still playing extremely disciplined. They don't want to over-engage, don't want to pick. They want to play slow, play careful, play with their team, and then pick their fights instead of just fighting when they feel like they could win.
Darkslayer is going to be able to be just picked off over here by DG. They're going to be looking for a push here. Slightly early drop here right into the middle, but they do they do not have any other waves. So yeah, this is definitely a slightly early drop. Miti is looking for an engage here, as Irie is taking away a lot of attention from the side of AMK. AMK is going to roam towards the middle side, trying to
Drake is here.
Here we go. Here's the Irie ultimate onto the people here. As Gildir is going to also fall into the back line here. There's going to be a 5vs2 in this scenario.
Ooh.
Now as God also falls in the front. Oh my goodness. That was an excellent Irie ultimate, taking 2 players immediately down so low. And then the rest of the damage coming through. Liliana able to just deal the damage, poking everybody so low, taking out Scud as well there. And now they're going to be able to take down 2 towers. 2 other members of AMK is going to come out. The engage comes through from Cold Never Lucky. The Indulgence comes out, but not able to catch on to this Irie. There's a person up in the front. That's Oct. Oct is so tanky this game, and he's using it all for the best. And he's zoning everybody out there. The Indulgence wasn't able to catch out the Irie. Irie was able to just kill the Gildir right away. Indulgence not really able to do anything. And meanwhile, Oct was in the back, pushing everyone back. What another fast game. And an excellent comeback. DG pulls the series 3-3. Oh my goodness.
My god. 7th game incoming! Such momentum by DG. They brought it back. They won match point. They won the virtual defeats. It was 3-1, 3-2, and now 3-3. And they bring to the 7th game. They have so much momentum, so much motivation coming into this. They just blasted their way to the last 3 games so far.
Yeah, look at the damage coming out from Hanji's lover and also Feed for You. They were doing real well over there. Of course, a lot of damage tanked also by Oct. It was for a moment there I was worried because they changed up their playstyle significantly. Of course, Miti's support choice was still around where we thought it would be, but then we saw the the focus getting shifted, away from the mid lane, away from Oct, because previously DG was, we analyzed their team and it looks like what they're gonna do is they're gonna put the, get mid priority and open up space for their marksmen, right, to then be able to snowball. But then this game they completely ditched that strategy. They went for something new, and really, for a moment, I was scared for them. I was wondering if they're going to be able to do it. But as soon as the Tara was able to reach level 5, they started to, well, level 4, and then they took they took a fight that was a bit shaky. But then as soon as they went into the second fight where Tara was able to use her ultimate to tank up damage, and then Teamy came in with the stuns, everything, the stars just aligned for them, and DG went on a roller coaster ride, just going down by 2 at match point and then coming back to win 2 in a row. This is the 7th game now. Last game, final game. It is sudden death. All
Sudden
heroes
death.
open.
All cards off the table. Global ban pick is reset. 7th game, the highlight of the day of the semifinals so far. 7th game between AMK and DG. So it's such, oh my god, it pains me to say this, but such unfortunate. Unfortunately, I won't be able to to join us to bring you guys a great casting session into the 7th game. However, taking my place casting this 7th game will be our very own lovely Yugi PK. So I will be stepping down, and I best of luck to all of you, both the producer casters and the players. And I will see you guys hopefully in the next semifinals or the finals.
Yes, well, thank you, Toka. And I did watch these games. It was incredible indeed.
Wow, Yugi, who are you cheering for at this moment?
I have to be quite neutral here. It's 3-3 now, isn't it? I was cheering for DG to pull up till now, but at this point, when both backs are against the wall, I'm hoping for a great game.
I'm definitely hoping for a great game as well. DG is going to appear on our right-hand side, Team Red, and AMK is going to be on our left, the blue team. It is the final match of this drawn-out series, but a very exciting one. And for those viewers who are joining us right now, you are in for a treat because these teams went on a roller coaster ride. AMK went 3-for-1 at one point. They had match point in their hands, and then DG returned with 2 amazing games, and really fast ones too. They would really turn things on for themselves, and they displayed some really awesome team play.
Yes, both of the team only know how to play aggressive, which is quite interesting to watch.
Yeah, they both know how to play aggressive. It feels like whoever gets the river dominance on for these 2 teams are going to have a good time. Now, when we get into the bans here, it's going to be the Hayate banned out. It looks like they are fearing this Hayate quite a... actually, I'm not really sure why AMK took out their own Hayate, because in Game 3, the Hayate was stellar. Was absolutely stellar against DG, but they're going to ban it out. Perhaps for a better pick, LK is going to be the Thorn. And for the side of DG, they do not want the Irie to end up on the side of AMK. They like to pick that one first previously. And they're also going to ban out the Kafni, who AMK has used very well in the past.
Yes, well, both Hayate and Kafni are probably the most used ADC in this EU server for high-level players. So that's why those 2 are banned.
It looks like DG is gonna go with their previous strategy. It's gonna be the teamy. They're not gonna show the they're not gonna show their ADC jungle just yet. They might change it up, get teamy to follow a mid laner instead, and they're gonna pick up the Florentino.
Yes, well, Elendor was very successful last game. So
yes, Elendor was very successful last game.
So I wouldn't be surprised if
I think the reason that they took out Florentino was actually they wanted to get it away from AMK. AMK's slot number 5, they showed us, he or she showed us a very, very stellar Florentino in the previous matches. So I think that's what the idea is to get it away from AMK rather than to play it themselves. You know, if they played Elendor, it should be able to counter this Florentino, but perhaps they just fear this Florentino that much.
Yes, well, also the simple fact that picking Florentino is a safe pick for Slayer lane, so they can look to hide their jungle.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
hide
for sure.
the mid as well.
Looks like they're going to now ban out the Slims. Probably looking, if by this look, it might be that they're going to ban out maybe two other ADCs, and limit who's gonna go against this Violet.
No,
Hold on a second. They're gonna switch it up on us and ban out a Volkoth instead. Volkoth was used today quite well by both teams. On the side of DG, they used it on the Slayer lane, and then from the side of AMK, I think they went into a jungle. Even though that jungle run, they met a Darcy, which kind of shut him down quite a bit, but still, nonetheless, it was some good micros coming through.
Yes, I'm quite surprised on the ban on the Dirac here. I was expecting a ban on the Alistair, since Alistair Mina is very potent as a combo.
Yeah, you know, that might be an oversight here. Yeah, it might be just an oversight because because they picked up Florentino. There's no reason not to ban out the Alistair at all. For Dirac, right now they don't really have anybody who is going to fear the Dirac, unless they're going to pick a
double ADC.
Double ADC?
Yeah, if they ban Dirac, the sole purpose would be to play double ADC.
Okay, they could be looking forward for a Elandor here, but then Elandor is not banned out. And I think on the side of AMK, they don't really have that double ADC in their composition, so I don't think they're going to go for that. Probably pick up a middle lane right now. Hold on a second.
Lubu.
They went with the Lubu. Wow. So maybe a Richter middle. But then that's gonna be really dangerous for them because there's not enough. Okay, then it's okay. Never mind. There may be a Lubu side lane. Wait, what? Violet jungle?
Jungle, Lubu and Flo side lane. Oh,
yeah. Okay. Violet jungle. Interesting. No. They need some magic damage though.
Yeah. So it's just gonna be Lubu jungle then.
You know, hovering through some mages.
They need some CC.
Yeah, I wonder about that pick over there previously. They're gonna play a L'Oreal, but L'Oreal right now in this matchup, not the best to do anything. With the Vera, she's gonna lose out half of her HP before she even starts her comboing. Maybe if she's really fast and was able to dodge out the Mesmerize and some of the Hellbats using her Blink, maybe, perhaps, but usually that's a really tough one to do.
Since they have the Teamy, they might look so they buff both L'Oreal and Violet to late game early.
Well, I don't know that the L'Oreal and Violet can both get to the late game early. Like, okay. Yeah, now, yeah, this composition looks, you know, it looks normal, and it's gonna be Teamy, Violet, L'Oreal as a trio group, and then Lubu, Florentino into the top side here. And you know, they might need to spend, like on the side of AMK, they might need to pull Vera over to help out, and perhaps even the Mina, and then that's going to open up the bottom side of the map for people to roam. I guess that could be the play.
I'm thinking both teams want to play safe and get to late game here.
I don't think that's the idea for DG. DG really likes aggressive, and I think that's when they shine. So if they're able to get that mid lane priority, I think DG is gonna go for it.
Yes, but I don't think that comp allows them unless Florentino actually roams a lot quicker than Diana here. Which
You,
I,
you know, I think they're just gonna go and kill the Yana. Like Lubu just gank top lane, and then leave the Thorn and the L'Oreal to farm. Maybe.
yes. It doesn't look like it since Lubu is starting on Slayer lane.
Okay, so then they're gonna go for okay. Well, we'll have to see how it plays out as we now enter into the game here. It's gonna be 3-man versus 3-man in the middle lane here. Both teams is trying to get a bit of that gold. Again, the strategy is already forming as we have talked about previously. It's gonna be the 3-man roam for DG, and for the side of AMK, they're going to also do the same here. We might see the Vera going towards the top side to help some ganks, but we don't know just yet. Vera is someone who is really good at ambushing, so hopefully we'll see some of that this game.
Yes. I'm surprised they went for Timmy instead of Zip.
Ooh, the Mesmerize coming in for the Teamy, and that's going to be first blood coming through. Yena is going to get that rotation priority onto the Florentino. Well played by her, and that's going to be an early first blood.
Yes, well, it was a great combo from the Vera and the Ina to get the Timmy down there. But it's just a minor
fast rotation.
Yes.
V for you now. Oh no, she doesn't have the support there with them. That was a little bit awkward as we saw. It was gonna be like, it was almost like a 2-1-1, 2-1-1-1 kind of split where two people were spotted out on the bottom. Henji's was not able to get to the L'Oreal in time, and then the L'Oreal just oversteps a little bit. She should have probably waited a little bit longer before she made that rotation happen. Now the dragon is gonna fall over to the side of AMK.
Well, yes, but the goal lead hasn't shifted that much, so it's still anyone's game right now. Yina in a bit of trouble against that Florentino.
Here's the L'Oreal looking at the Thorn, maybe looking to engage, but here's the Mesmerize coming through. The blink does go far, but then she's gonna get just caught up by the Thorn. The damage almost landing on fair and square onto the L'Oreal. It would have just taken her away if the middle part connected. Here's Miti trying to find an aggressive engage here. The Florentino trying to go in here just to make some difference, but then he's gonna have to fall as well as Miti. No being a burrow coming out here, not in time, as the Dark Dominion and the Mesmerize stun him forever.
Yes, invade here coming, and I think Lubu just had to give away this Mike Yodom, Sage Yodom here.
Here's Henji Lover. Slight bit of a rotation mistake there as he just walks right into a Mesmerize there. Fortunately for him, it's not going to be the Scythe and Dark Dominion to follow up. Yena getting the lane priority once again, does come over towards this bottom side of the map. She gets a very nice position to ambush. However, there's nobody really making the rotation down towards the bot side. If she just stays here a little bit longer, she might be able to get one. Here's the Death Side coming through, and the Dark Dominion comes through. Feed4U is going to be the first to fall.
Yes, as we said earlier when we talked about Ice, the Vera does the same thing with her second ability, and with the Me now pulling them in, it's basically a guaranteed kill here.
Cold Never Lucky may be setting up for a deep dive here under this tower. Vera gets some damage up towards that, and then it's going to be the Forest Wanderer, it looks like, popping off to make the kill, or maybe it was the Curse of Death. Here's the L'Oreal ultimate coming down, trying to just zone people out. Yena down really low, throws out her spinning crescent thingy and backs out. Oct here in a bit of a trouble as the Thorn ultimate lands fair and square. That's going to take out the Violet. Taking a look at the gold here, both sides are, well, gap is starting to open. Gap is starting to open. Here's the Death Scythe coming through. Dark Dominion doesn't follow through right away because they probably want to make sure that they can kill this Teamy before they commit to it. Teamy is going to be able to use the being a bro to get back up though.
Yes.
It's not going to be too bad. Lane switch coming through. Florentino now on the bottom side of the map.
We knew they are going to have some trouble with both L'Oreal and Violet with just Timmy as their support. But this looks really bad for them if they don't farm properly here.
Oh, down at the bottom lane, Florentino gets a nice combo off onto Mina. She should be able to get the lane priority here and maybe push a tower. But on the other side of the map, Oct and Hanji's Lover, they're pushed under their tower. Right now they have no reason to stay here, but they also don't have a lot of places to rotate because they don't have that vision. Hanji's Lover is going to go for that Might Golem now as they see the rest of AMK committing themselves to the mid lane.
AMK should start pushing down some towers though. If it's still going at this pace, it might actually be in the favor of DG just by a bit since they have such a late game comp.
Here's another Death Scythe incoming. Trying to just catch out somebody. But Miti this time has learned his lesson and is going to stay far, far away. Angie's Lover and V4U, they're going to be looking at just clearing that mid away. But here's the ultimate coming down from the Lubu. And here's another engage coming through from Mugalita. But oh, that looks like slightly far. However, she's not punished for it. L'Oreal doesn't have enough, quite enough burst right now to be able to take her away. What a favorable position for AMK.
AMK is going to snowball this lead. And Dark Slayer just spawned. So they could look to go and grab an early Slayer here.
Right now we're missing some action from this Florentino. He hasn't been in a lot of these fights right now. He's 0-1 and 0. No kills coming from DG. They're gonna have to try and drag this out to the late game. Current time is 7 minutes and 25. They need to wait for this L'Oreal and this Violet to get there. And doing a good job defending this middle lane.
7 more minutes.
They can do and hold on to it a little bit longer. Top lane now crashing in. They're gonna spend 2 members here to try and defend that. T still hasn't fallen, just fell now. That's gonna be the mid tower getting traded out. However, it doesn't look like AMK is gonna put the siege onto the mid tower. Lubu's gonna be able to defend that just fine. Oct there, slightly awkward as he was just kind of standing there, not being able to do too much because as soon as he steps out, he might die. There's the Thorn flashing forward. 2 clicks, and Violet has to back out. Florentino hiding himself in the bottom lane bush over there. He's trying to make sure that he's not seen before he commits the recall. He's able to take down that tower, makes it a trade. But then they're gonna lose a high ground for that one, and also the middle tower. Engage jumps through, being a bro pops. Violet still trying to stay safe. Being a bro didn't commit to the fight there. I mean, AMK didn't commit to that kill. After they see being a bro, they just kind of left there. No problem.
They have enough advantage to do this. They don't need to force some fights that I'm not sure they are going to win. This looks like... Yes, the goal lead is still only 4k though. With this much advantage, I was expecting it to be slightly more. Which is a good thing.
Now it is only 9 minutes and a half. And now all the objectives are still in the hands of AMK. Here's a little bit of a venture out by Miti. Tries to get a stun off on people, but not being able to really do anything. Now 4 members of the AMK is going to force the issue onto this middle ground tower. They're going to rotate down towards the bot side. It's taking down towers one by one. Miguelita slightly forward, but he's gonna be able to get the mesmerize onto that meaty as a cold never lucky jumps right into it, the thick of it, and followed by the butterfly. Butterfly gets a double kill there, but gets shut down in the end. Miguelita.
Oh, all three towers go down. Florentino though split pushing here.
It could prove just a little bit of a redemption here.
If they can stop Horn and Yina there from going back, Florentino could have probably split push till a tier 3 tower there.
I think they want to go for that trade here onto the middle tower instead. They're going to be able to do it as they opens up the map now for a little bit more room to breathe, but then right after this one, they're going to have to face the Ultra minions.
Yes.
Wave upon wave upon wave. And right now, who can take those Ultra minions is only going to be Oct. His Slayer is going to go down really, really fast. Teamy gets to engage onto the Mina. And there's Oct dealing a lot of damage in the back. Being a bro pops out in the back here. Beat for you. Opens up the ultimate and chases Miguelita. Miguelita is still chasing. And in the front there is the Thorn. Comes out alive. Uses the Arctic Orb. But that's not going to matter. He's now going to push down the middle lane. Beat for you. Getting another ultimate. But now he's facing the hero.
Horn is going for the back door.
Oh, so close. So close.
Horn is going for the back door and he does it.
And there it is. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Still a 4K gold lead, but composition-wise / pacing-wise, AMK took a dominant win over DG for the final match. Both teams played magnificently and gave us some really, really high quality action here to watch in the ESL.
Yes. Overall, 7 great games. This last game was really quite difficult for Team DG there, since they picked out a very late game comp. And
I think in the composition here, they really started to think about the other team. Previously, when they were just playing their best, you know, they had their ways. You know, they picked up the Florentino here mainly to just take it away from the hands of AMK, but they really needed. They really didn't need to play this Florentino. They could have played maybe the Volkoth in the Slayer lane, because we saw how good that was for you know, for the side of DG. They could have just banned out the Florentino, just ban him out, and then maybe pick up another maybe another mage that you've used previously that was so good for you, and then stick with your Elandor jungle. I think they started to think about how AMK is going to play rather than how they are going to perform. 39% damage, that was Ox. You know, we saw Oct previously on the Violet. He does well on that hero, but the rest of the team felt a little bit shaky, in my opinion.
Especially Timmy here getting caught out a lot. Especially against Amina and Vera. Those one good pull for Mina and then one stunned by Vera and you're dead.
Yeah, I didn't have a very big problem with the Timmy pick, but then the Timmy plus the L'Oreal makes it a little bit weaker. And if you wanted to then, you know, play your last game strategy, maybe pass it up with a Liliana or with you know, someone like that, you know, that could have worked better for them. You know, someone who can protect themselves in the mid lane.
Yeah, the only reason I have a slight problem with the Timmy pick is because Zip was open.
Well, the thing is, you got like, I think the thing for DG here after watching these 7 games again is thinking about how, you know, it's thinking about how they perform best. And they perform best under the scenario, under the assumption for them that they're thinking about how they play rather than worrying about how the enemy is going to play. Because today, I think in this 7th game and in the other couple of games, especially you know, especially the other one where they also played the Florentino, I think it's if you watch those games back, you will see that they've made mistakes that they shouldn't have, and they felt they didn't look like the team that they were when they played in game 2, game 5, and game 6.
Well, yes. Overall, I do think it's harder to counterpick than to basically play your own strategy.
Well,
But
like,
they will
again, what
understand-
I'm saying here is that DG made mistakes when they tried to counterpick. When they tried to play and sort of counter the AMK's game, they sacrificed. They sacrificed their own impact and their own synergies. I think at the end of the day, that is what happened here in Game 7 for them.
I would agree, but usually when you are on red team, you kind of want to counterpick. Because you have last pick and this first 2 picks.
Anyways, a very, very fantastic 7-game series. This is our I can't remember which is this our
This is our first semifinals, yes.
First semifinals, yes. And we will have another semifinals games tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you know which 2 teams are we playing tomorrow?
It's if I'm correct, it's Hanger with God and let me check this.
Henji's is God, and I believe here we go.
FM.
Henji's is God versus
TSSM.
TSFM.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's going to be another fantastic game for sure. And tomorrow we will start at the same time. Same time, same place. You don't want to miss out. If you thought that ESL was not going to have exciting games like the one you just watched today, well, today was your counter example and for you to think twice. Tomorrow we will be here at 4 p.m. CEST. We'll go through roughly about the same time if the games go till your best of 7.
Yes.
Finish up the series there. And then after this semifinals, we'll have the 3rd place match on August 2nd and the finals match on August 5th.
Yes. And I would like to thank our sponsors, Teamy, AoV, and Trovo, providing us with the 100k vouchers and the 150 euros in prize pool. And I would like to thank Shadow and his team for organizing this tournament.
Yes, really a round of applause to them. I know we can't really do applause right now on stream, but if you're at home and you are able to put your hands together, please do so. We'll really appreciate that. And they put a lot of work into this tournament. We're coming up to the end of it, seeing a lot of good action, definitely deserving that appreciation.
Yes. Well, I'm Yugi PK with Annie here. We're probably going to sign off here.
Yes, and thank you guys so much to the viewers, to the players for coming out. We certainly enjoyed ourselves. We hope you're going to have a good rest of your day. See you later.
Bye.
Hello everyone. We welcome you to our very first European Summer League, organized for the game Arena of Valor. I am Toka, and I will introduce you to the tournament schedule. The tournament consists of 2 stages, the group stage and the playoffs. The group stage will take place on the 19th, 20th, 23rd, and 24th of July. The quarterfinals on the 26th and 27th of July. The semifinals will happen on the 29th and the 30th of July. The match for the 3rd place will happen on the 2nd of August. The grand final will take place on the 5th of August. Let us now take a closer look. The group stage consists of 8 groups, each with 4 teams. Every group will have its own time slot. On every group stage day, 2 groups will play. The tournament time zone is the Central European Summer Time, UTC +2. Group A plays on day 1 in the morning while Group B plays in the evening. Each group plays according to the following schedule. Team 1 will play against Team 2, Team 3 will then play Team 4, then Team 1 will play Team 3, Team 2 will then go up against Team 4, Team 1 will finish off their day by playing Team 4, and finally Team 2 will play Team 3, where the numbers indicate the team number in the group. Every slot has a scheduled time of 4.5 hours with a 30 minutes break. Then Group C and D will play in the same schedules respectively as the previous groups on day 2 and so on. The rules in this stage is a single round robin, and every win grants 1 point, losing will earn 0 points. In addition, the scores of each team will be taken into account. The scores will be averaged for each team from every match and summed up. This average score will be the second factor to determine the position in the group. From every group, the top 1 team will advance into the quarterfinals. Starting from the quarterfinals, things will get a lot more intense. The quarterfinal uses the best-of-5 format and is played in a single elimination bracket with global ban pick rules. Now, on the 26th of July, the top team from Group A will play against the winner of Group C in the morning. Then the top team from Group B will play against the winner of Group D in the evening. On the 27th of July, the top team from Group E will play against the winner of Group G in the morning. Then the winner of Group F will play against the top team from Group H in the evening. The winning teams will then advance to the semifinals. The winner of the semifinals will directly advance to the grand final, whereas the losers will face against each other in the match for 3rd place. All these matches will be played in the same way as the quarterfinals, but in a best-of-7 format. That concludes the play scheme of the European Summer. The winner of the tournament will win 40,000 vouchers, 75 euros. On top of that, all teams that have made it to the quarterfinals will be rewarded with a prize as well. So, what are you waiting for? Apply now by joining the Discord server link provided down in the description. Let's watch together who will become the European champion of Arena of Valor.